Hey neighbors, and welcome to another episode of Initiative Coffee Company presents In the Red, where our heroes secretly look at memes in the Discord channel while I try to introduce the show.
I'm sorry.
It's
Try to
worse
throw
than
me
that.
off.
Old memes. Old memes.
It's not
that
even
I've
new
been
memes.
sending.
It's memes from last week that someone reposted again.
It's a YouTube video from 2017.
I suppose. Oh, that's terrible.
The golden year.
Right? Long before this, the
year,
time
yeah.
of COVID, yeah.
Easier time.
It's the show where our heroes try to get out of debt and then give up trying to get out of debt, even though they have all the money to get out of debt,
Well,
but decide
We
it's not
haven't given
important
up.
to give that money to the people they're in debt to.
We don't know where they are.
literally, you guys said some things. We didn't even get a plot point on our map. This is so dumb.
We have a map, and like it involved like going over the bell and other things, and that's not happening.
You
You've
tried
just
killing
been really,
us.
you've really been focused on this fifth, the easternmost fifth of this map.
True.
Well, maybe he should have been closer.
Could be,
This is
could
not
have
our
been closer. It's true.
This is not our problem. This
Anyway,
is his problem.
While I start eating my dinner and try to get some food in me, Jake, tell us what happened last time.
Hello. The notes from last time started out by saying killing some long faced, and I can't say the next word. And what happened was Corbin gave us some insight that the ingredients we needed, including dickbird legs, some feet. It seems they're bird. Okay. And all the other things we needed, including catfish whiskers, shadow weeds, once again dickbird stuff. He can make a poultice that could help us camouflage stuff in the shadows. We wanted to go into Goldholm. That was super coolio, but like, yeah, we had to kill Bodak, so we fought a Bodak. I also found out that the Lady of the Wood is kind of like a warden and not always like the coolest person ever. She's kind of a jerk sometimes, but like, it's cool. So then from
We're swip swapped.
what? The worst part
On
about
the
that is I have two
channel.
of your streams up. One is a normal view and one's a mod view, and I said we're flip flop, we're flip flop, we're flip flop. And it happened 3 times. It was awful. Either way,
You
my
could
book's written in
reduce the
Sylvan,
volume.
but apparently in
That just made it
Celestial.
worse. Hold on.
Yes, I am now the dungeon master.
Wait, if I
Either
if
way-
I slide this way, do I go into someone else's panel?
No.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Hello, I live here now. So apparently in my notes, I wrote a bunch of stuff about interesting things about his family, which are probably not too important, except for the fact that he's like green magic laden. We had a huge fight with a Bodak. The Bodak was not very nice. We killed the Bodak, kind of. We killed some shadows, kind of. And apparently in my notes, it was important to note that Corbin's bear is a dire bear, which are like supposed to be dead and extinct, but they ain't. Cause his bear's here. Let's see here. We started the procedure of making this concoction, and some witch stuff happened, and now we're dealing with blood and a.
Oh, and a 5
Apparently
constitution roll.
Apparently, I put Luigi. He spit a loogie in the
Loogie,
porridge.
yeah.
I was like, "What is that word?" Loogie in the porridge, and Spit and myself have 5 on our con saves. Yikes! And that's its own little sentence. And that's where you said, and that's where we'll find us next week. Was that a bad enough intro? Great.
No, that was
A lot more than you expect. I wrote down.
well, I was hoping
A
you'd
lot
go
of
on
dinner
for
happened.
days so I could eat, but that's all right.
I mean, I can keep going if you want me to.
It's fine. We'll get there.
Was
There's
that
a
only
garden in the back.
that was only a week ago, wasn't it? I mean, for
Yeah.
our characters,
No, that
it was
was like-
5 minutes ago.
No, not 5
And
minutes,
for the
like 6
viewers that are
seconds ago.
binge watching this on YouTube, it was literally just a couple of minutes ago.
Mhm.
I was probably wearing the same jersey. I don't pay attention anymore.
That's why I wear all monotone colors, like black, gray, and then like one tank top. And then it's like, where is he? I don't know.
So true story, I wore the same shirt for every episode of Bard's Tale for the first 2 seasons. And the deal was I would stop wearing it when someone on YouTube noticed. And it only took like 26 episodes for somebody to be like, is that the same
only, like-
shirt every day? I was like, oh, thank God. Anyway, yeah, that's
get me
the
addicted
long and
early
short of
enough.
stuff. What's
You
up?
didn't get me watching early enough.
Hmm.
And then I watched as the person who plays Iona Moore blow up the world, kind of.
That's true. She did.
Yeah, you know what happened to Iona Moore? No one knows because she's in a dungeon.
She's trapped.
And
there.
apparently she's broke too, and is bad at making bard-related things.
All right.
Zing, got him. I'm gonna keep going at it every single time.
Goldholm.
Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, you are near Goldholm. And you have been presumably protected against shadows a bit.
That's certainly a thing.
Yeah.
Well, question. You gave us a dramatic cliffhanger, and I'm ready to take the responsibility for what happened. We were
your
to
rolls.
5 on our con saves for him
I
spinning.
can't believe I followed your lead on that.
What was my lead?
You were like, I'm okay with a 5, and I'm like, I guess I'll be okay with a 5 too.
I've got trust in the dude that apparently is noted in my book. If things go bad, it's kind of my fault, but I'm also the one responsible for taking care of y'all.
Wait,
So,
what's
like,
going on here? Was I not paying attention to this?
You guys rolled really good con saves.
Yeah, you guys rolled really
We
good con
did
saves. You rolled
not.
booty.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you won't really know the effects of that failure until it comes up.
Well,
Oh,
that's-
no.
Oh, cool.
Let me guess.
I guess
I
we'll
thought
just
we were
have to
just-
find out.
I thought you were just gonna like vomit it up or something, and then needed
No,
to
no,
eat
no.
it
No,
again.
you super
that's
got
too
sick
easy.
and threw up, but
But this isn't new for me. I literally was a fire hydrant at one
that's
point.
true.
in
You
time.
were.
Like this is just a herbal cleansing.
Like I was totally expecting you to be like, "Oh, that's just a part of the process. Now you have to eat his, and he has to eat yours."
No.
And it was
Eat my
gonna-
what? What are we talking about? What are we eating?
When we like vomited up the loogie thing, I thought that's what was gonna happen. It was gonna be super gross, but apparently there's other repercussions.
Yeah. Yeah,
Take
they
a look at-
super are.
I think I know what it is, but also it's Brian's game, so I have no idea.
Right.
I have my belief on what I think.
You're
it is.
assuming I play by rules of some kind, Jake.
No. It's not that I do. No. I just don't want to say it because then you'd be like, "Oh, that is a good idea." If you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my
Just
issue.
in case
If
you're
I
wrong,
say it,
right?
Yeah, just in case I'm wrong on the way worse side. That's what I don't want to play the game with.
All right. So you have been protected against shadows. It's nighttime. He recommends going to sleep and figuring out your next plans in the morning.
Oh, we should
I
do
agree.
that.
Yeah, that sounds neat.
Well, before we do that,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to take a check outside, or maybe I can ask somebody that has
on
dark
the
vision.
bear.
Well, that too, but I was gonna say, hey, what is how this shadows disperse since there's no Bodak now? Have the shadows dispersed since the Bodak is no longer there?
Nobody seems to see any shadows.
Yeah, I don't see.
Is
any
that because we're
shadows.
inside, or is that because
No. Nobody seems to see any shadows
Okay.
like
I just
marauding the
want-
fence or anything.
That's what I was
Yeah, I don't
verifying.
see
I didn't
any
want to be like,
shadows
well, you guys
either.
are inside, so you wouldn't have gathered that info because there's wood around you, dummy. Like, I just wanted to verify. Okay, so that's
running around.
all right. Cool. I'll make my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and back to bed.
All right.
No,
Can I
we're
make-
we're just gonna let that one fly.
I also would like to make a medicine check on myself, kind of like in private.
Yes, we are. Cool.
Wait, what?
His-
Kind of like the whole vomiting on myself. Like, hey, do I know what the hell just happened to me?
Well, we all went inside to go and eat and stuff like that. So,
Well, I'm
Like-
imagining I like when I'm in bed going like kind of like checking
Mhm.
myself, make sure I don't have any extra holes. Like,
I mean,
making
you
sure I'm
feel
still
weaker,
coherent.
but you're hoping that will go away when you wake up.
Oh, fuck.
We're really gonna let the Vanessa Carlton reference just slide past.
We
I don't know
were
what you're
going
talking
to,
about.
and then
No
you
one's
decided
gonna
to be a
mention it.
problem
No,
about
Are
it.
you
I
gonna
am-
make this an
I am-
issue?
Fixated on this now.
If you stop trying to make fetch happen.
All right, I wasn't paying attention to anything. I was hung up on. Okay,
I'm
Let's
trying
go.
to figure out why I'm vomiting, and you're still here.
I vomited because I rolled a 5 on a Constitution save. Oh, that would have been worse.
And that would have been way worse. All right.
not
Well, I
roll
guess
that
we're gonna go to bed.
I mean,
We got
how
a
is
creep.
Corbin feeling?
Creep.
He's feeling okay. I'm a little bit distracted because I should have done this before, but I am putting a character sheet together for him as you introduce this thing.
What?
Yeah. And how's Baron?
Baron's fine. He's doing okay.
And George?
George is
Probably
despondent currently because he is
Mm.
very close to where things went very bad for him once upon a time.
I was hoping you were gonna say because he's sleeping and he doesn't want to be bothered.
Technically, he is sleeping.
He's just
Well, George, he wasn't talking to us the last time, was he?
No.
He was pretty bummed out.
Yeah.
Quick retcon, I guess. Question:
Mm-hmm.
Was he before we heard the boom go off? Was he around, or did he just was he entirely just since we've kind of been at Corbin's place, just not responded at all?
He's been intermittently present. He's not been
Taking over and
overly,
doing the
yeah.
whole,
He's not been taking
black
the
eye
lead,
thing.
but he's not he's not
Missing from
ignoring you if you have questions.
Cool. All right.
That's good.
Anything else you want to clarify before we move on?
How's the bear?
Yeah, how's the bear?
Bear's doing great. Nothing ever got to the bear for the bear to have to worry about it.
Good.
Anything else?
Well, I would like to tell the bear that he did a great job.
Okay.
Like he came out and just give him a pat on the head. Did a good job. I know he's kind of weird looking, but
Wow,
It-
that's
well-
messed up. Who says he's weird looking? That's weird.
That is an aggressive stance to take, but that's fine.
well, no, I kept that part to myself. I reminded the bear that he did a great job, despite the fact that he just kind of stood over in the corner and
Well, because we didn't
watched
let
us
him
do all the work.
anything.
Right.
We didn't
Guys, it's
let
really
him do
important to have a
anything.
second line, so...
Well,
Yeah.
it's
That's
even
why
more
we brought-
important.
We
Protect.
brought we wanted to have we brought the second string out in case the first string us
Mhm.
didn't do our jobs, but
They've been
turns out we
ultra
did.
dead.
yeah.
Well, the other part of it is we had to protect endangered species, so that's always important to note. Because if we don't protect them, they're gonna die, and we gotta
Yeah.
cherish everyone's existence, except for Eustace Clodbottom. He's an asshole.
Yeah. Or if they happen to make really good delicacies inside our deli.
Like chimera meat sandwiches or
No, we've talked about this repeatedly.
it seems
And-
like either
No, it's did you,
yeah, hello,
It's a good time.
having a good time, having a I can't say
Is
anymore. I
it
think we
in
get
the-
DMCA'd after that.
in the
That's
world
right.
in the world of
Because you'll
Dungeons
be
and
that
Dragons,
close
is there
to the real thing.
Yeah.
are there iPods in this universe? Is there some sort of music reproduction system, or is it people?
Wait, can I
singing?
answer that, Brian? Can I answer that?
All right.
Hey, if you'd like to make a music recording device, you can certainly try to do it and set a pathway that your character would like to get to that point of getting to creating it yourself.
Well, okay.
Like
in
we
that-
have Dimitri trying to create a gun potentially.
In that
What
case,
maybe-
I need to not only invent
Did I do good, Brian?
an iPod, but I also have to invent Vanessa Carlton and a piano
Well, it's
and
a Fapod.
and a piano on the back of a truck driving through the streets of New York City that I now have to invent.
Ooh.
So this
Well,
is
why
a lot
can't-
of work.
Why can't it be Wind Hollow? Like, why can't it be like that? Why can't it be? Why is it gotta
Well,
be?
it's got to be
North?
somewhere with a bridge. We did go over that bridge a while ago.
We can
with
make
the
a
what?
bridge.
barrels.
Cause a problem. It's fine.
I mean, you went over what was left of that bridge. I'm
Yeah.
mostly amused at the fact that you asked if there was any kind of music recording device, and the only most primitive thing you could come up with
Is an
was an
iPod.
iPod. All right.
One that can store massive amounts of that.
Well, it doesn't have the touch screen, so of course it's primitive.
Why can't we? We can literally become music moguls. Or wait, not music mogul. I don't want to do that. The sound recordings of Baron.
Well, let's be clear. The minimum technological level I'm willing to accept here is inventing YouTube, so we can watch Vanessa Carlton drive her piano car down the road.
Oh, it just crosses planes of existence. Wait, no.
All right, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh wait, we were
I'm not
trying
really
to.
sorry,
I was
but,
just about to ask how's character sheet dinnering. If we.
It's going.
Oh, it's go. Oh, I mean. Shoot.
See, we're doing you a favor here.
Sure, the character sheet's
we
done.
literally-
That's all
We
that
literally
matters.
filled like 6
Okay.
minutes of time of actual entertainment, and you're just sitting here going like, "What are you guys doing?"
I'm sorry,
Yeah, no, okay.
I'm sorry, Slayer Links plus 6 other people who are watching this nonsense occur.
I'm not sorry. I'm having a great time.
We're going to Goldhome, right, guys?
We're sleeping.
We're sleeping. But then
Oh,
we're
can I
going
make
to
a check
Goldhome,
as to
right?
see why I'm vomiting?
Oh, that's right.
No.
you're
Oh
wrong.
yeah, make your
We're
medicine
probably
check.
just-
You're gonna say, Jake, you're an idiot. You just ate somebody's loogie. Like that's. I know that the answer's gonna be, but I gotta try it anyway. Fuck, 14.
It's not so much like what you ate; it just like swelled in your stomach. Like
Oh yeah, the
Is-
race
Oh,
thing.
that's right. Well, it doesn't help that
What
he
do you
like
mean the rice thing? Wait, what did I miss?
he dumped like double portions on top of all of our we all ate it and then he dumped more into it.
Yeah, and then spat in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the second round's the good stuff.
It was made of the ashes of the
Bodak.
boat.
Clothes.
And yeah,
The
that
Bodak's clothes.
wasn't just gross porn. That's actually inspired by a book called In Sorcery Shadow, and it's an
What word did
ethnography.
he gross? What?
You heard
What?
it.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's inspired by an ethnography of witchcraft in
Oh.
African nations. Anyway,
Anyway,
it's written by
So,
Paul Stoller. It's a good book.
I'm gonna go to bed.
I,
All right.
I'm gonna ask
I got
Corbin.
so
Do
many things to
we?
do.
Are we all okay to go to sleep right now? Are we at risk? Should we take shifts?
Fence is
Sorry,
fixed.
the
What could
Bodak.
get us?
Okay, that's a
I
good
don't know,
point.
we ate a Bodak.
Well, I jump in like just to be clear. I think Spit is concerned about that. Like, Morty's over there. He's not feeling so great.
No, I'm doing fine.
Well, you're vomiting.
I
Morty.
vomited
That's-
too.
this is-
You're,
Okay.
you're not in the cool club. Maybe
there's-
you should vomit.
There's vomit happening. I'm concerned about this.
It
Should we
happened.
be?
It's so
should we be-
long ago.
That was like 5 minutes ago. Should we be concerned
Yeah.
about this?
I feel better
No,
now.
Corbin
Sorry.
said-
It's like
I don't know.
So some of it falls into the bowl he was eating from.
Oh, God.
or it's more like it's like I'm doing
Brian, I don't think we're gonna get very far this session.
we're not having combat today.
Sure.
We're gonna be it's gonna be like
Corbin
6
says,
minutes.
this is, I don't know, like, it'll work or it won't. I don't,
Can I just ask
Bedtime.
But, do we know? How do we know whether it's gonna work or not?
If we
Well-
don't wake up tomorrow, then we know it didn't work.
you'll know if shadows attack you, I guess. If
Okay.
it worked and how well it worked.
fuck, that's what I didn't want. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh no!
Well, aren't we in the protected
Can I take
area
can I
right
take
now?
another portion of that? Can I like have another
Correct.
one and try that
Right
again?
now.
Can I just eat some more and make myself feel worse?
We don't have
We
enough
did get
material.
We got a lot of it.
Yeah, but
brought
there
some
was a
for you.
finite amount of Bodak.
Oh, that's true.
Shit, he's right.
Yeah, 100%.
I appreciate the extra ingredients, but the limited resource is the Bodak.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else before bed? And he's like
Yeah.
real excited to like go to bed.
Yeah.
Wait.
He seems like wildly unconcerned about the fact that he lives in a territory just like constantly marauded by shadows. He's just like, yeah, it'll be fine.
Wait.
Well, he's been dealing with these for like the last 10 years or whatever.
And then he
Wait. Oh, let's go through.
Uh-oh.
and then he says, I guess we'll find out when we find out. And then he walks over to Enix and slaps him as
No,
hard
no, no, no,
as
no, no.
No,
the
no.
PC has
It's
to
a
do it.
PC. It's the
Oh.
regular slap.
That's why I had to wait.
All right, who's slapping? Are you slapping him, Morty?
No, I said not Morty.
You're the one redeeming it.
Yeah, I said not me.
I guess.
No, somebody's gonna figure it out. What are you guys gonna do?
I guess Spit feels the need to slap him. I'm not
Yeah,
sure why,
yeah.
but
Is
I
it?
was gonna say, I'm like, Corbett. I mean, it's on us to try to thematically make it happen, right?
Mhm.
So, all right, yeah, I'm so ready to get to bed. Do you mind showing us where we can sleep again?
he like points to all of the straw.
I slap his hand. Don't point.
Well
It's
done.
not polite.
Well done.
Stop
Proud
it.
of you.
Well done.
All right, good enough.
You know what we should do with that? Real
Hmm.
quick idea. Because we have 4 players, you should just roll a d4 and somebody has to one of us we gotta be assigned for a d4 and we gotta make it happen.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea.
I
Right,
roll,
like, yeah.
roll 2 d4s, and if the same number comes up on both, you just it's a self slap.
Just self slap. Okay.
Oh, like a PC can
Moving
slap
forward,
another
moving
PC?
forward,
No,
Brian.
it should
Yeah.
be
Don't
PC
worry.
versus NPC.
Sorry, about
Okay.
25,000 more points to redeem. It's okay.
Yeah, I know.
Mighty Steeds are gonna start appearing. But this is not even a dramatic moment.
You know.
And
Slayer's saving it for a good time.
Alright. Let's
Yep,
go to bed.
we're going to bed.
Sleep.
As you expect, you hear childhood laughter, and then
This is my best part.
an explosion, and then screaming, and I need wisdom saving throws.
Ugh.
Oh, we didn't get a. Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's why I was kind of asking about. Well, no, the flute was just played like right before the battle, so I was
It was
figuring
just-
wasn't
it was for,
recharged yet.
I think it was just for him, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't. His performance wasn't as good as it was the first time.
I have a 14.
Wisdom saving.
I got a 15.
Ooh, nat 20, so it's 22.
I got
Man,
a 6.
Why
You wanna
did I?
keep that 6?
Sure.
We do have 18 bennies and only 2 weeks to use them.
Okay, I'll re-roll then.
I've realized now with how many bennies
13.
we spent over that weekend that we have a lot of bennies. For now, unless you're fighting a dragon. Then it's like
Yeah.
none. It's never
Yeah.
enough.
The DC was 10, so there you go. You guys make it through the night.
Yay!
All right, boys. Let's go to Gold Home.
Morty, you are no longer strength drained.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I had that.
Yeah.
It's somewhere. I did it in my notey notes somewhere.
As
Well, that's
you,
good. 'Cause I was
As
gonna die.
you wake up, you hear Corbin talking to his plants.
Ooh.
What is he saying?
Sounds like he's having a conversation. It's just like, yeah, I know, like it'll be fine. Hey, don't tell me how to live my life. You haven't been around for years. Like, he's clearly like talking to his mother's.
I was gonna say you're not my mom. Oh wait.
Yeah.
But he doesn't use that line of "You're not my mom" because he can't use that line.
Because
You're not my
his
dad.
mother's.
Oh, you're not my mother's. That would be an. I wish I could say that kind of thing, but people that say that to me. Anyway, how about them Reds? I mean, not. Can we just get out of here?
All right.
I walk over to where he. Oh wait, where is he? Oh, he's not on them yet.
Oh, I haven't.
Oh, it's all good. I say good morning.
Oh, hey, Spit.
Hey, so I'm feeling kind of okay. Hopefully, it's okay enough for my adventure. But anything that we
dying
should do
opposite.
together before we should head out? Before we head out for Goldholm?
He says you could have. We can have some breakfast. I have some carrots and potatoes.
Sounds really
Not
yummy.
the most breakfasty food, but I don't really keep chickens, so I don't know.
We got this mystery meat.
Hmm?
By mystery meat, it's
Mystery
chimera meat.
meat.
Mm.
And by mystery meat, chimera. Jerky.
What do you usually eat for breakfast?
Carrots, potatoes.
Ah,
Practical.
Sometimes if I have some meat left over from yesterday's hunting.
that sounds really good, actually.
Okay.
Other than boom, what is her name? I probably should have a section for just Faye.
Rusalka.
Rusalka. He said he told us there was no others in the immediate region, right?
No.
That he knew about.
He says there used to be a lot of shrines that families in Goldholm had, like in their homes. But as far as he knows, they've all been destroyed.
If we find one, to your knowledge and to your family's knowledge, is there a way to restore it to a status to? I mean, like, and I kind of give him like that. I'm still inexperienced. I did tell him that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But like, is there any way to restore said shrines? Like, let's say there was another one to Glamour, or maybe there's ones that are necessarily not the immediate like location to a major shrine. Is there anything I can do to like restore them to still be like almost beacons? Like, hey, we're trying over here. Like, maybe you could give us a sign, like something like that. Is there any way we could restore them in that capacity?
He
If that makes
says
sense.
in this area, I mean, you'd have to find a way to weaken the hold that the shadow has.
Mm.
So let's
the
say we
region.
do that. I'm
I
asking
mean-
about the next step.
I mean, if the shrine is still there, it should be functional. Otherwise, presumably you could build a new one? I don't know.
Ooh.
Do you have, considering your family? That was bad. I just heard you say ooh double. It was bad. Is there a way to or do you have a kind of like a running list of Fae that might have been present? Maybe you have more information than I do, or your family maybe had, that I can utilize. I know that there's some in this region, and like I tell him like, hey, this is the map we have. This is what we have. Do you have any others that you knew of, or your family knew of, or your family was friendly with?
This
That I
is,
can-
I don't,
No is an acceptable answer too.
I don't. I mean, my mom, my mothers knew quite a bit, but they didn't have time to. Their passing was a surprise.
Did he tell us what happened to them?
Yeah, 10 years ago, they.
Just okay.
He says they went to try to help defend Goldholm. And,
Shadows. Stuff.
yeah.
Could they be
I
shadows?
heard you. I
I
heard you
don't think so.
whispering earlier when I came out. Were you talking with anyone in particular?
Oh yeah, one of my mothers. Well, two of them.
Well, you just said that they knew a bunch of stuff about some of these shrines. Any chance you might be able to ask them?
They don't really talk back per se.
Oh.
I mean, it's not like a
It's a green energy
two-way
kind of thing.
communication thing. Says you can give it a shot, and he like points to the garden.
Oh.
What does Morty have in his book today? So let's find out.
I go over to the garden. Oh, I didn't mean to step into the garden. That was a whole square. Oh, but that's not on stream right now. So I like crouch down and like look at a leaf, and I go, "Hello."
Okay. You shout at some carrots.
Hey, talking to plants apparently makes them grow more.
Yeah.
Hey!
That came out stronger than I wanted it to, but I couldn't pull it back at that point.
Hey, you!
Anything? Anything?
No, the
No.
carrots do not speak back to you.
They start tapping in Morse code at you.
If only you had a nature cleric here who could talk to plants, you'd be all set.
Well, now
But-
wait a minute. I've been talking to this bear for the last day, so I don't know why it's so unusual to talk to the plants too.
Because nature clerics are a special breed of really awesome clerics. Dang, only if they had a nature cleric.
That steals hats.
Hey. He repossesses hats.
Ah,
Yes. And then gives them to small animals. So we kind of glossed over the whole 10 years ago thing. But I understand that coincides with the moon sun
Mhm.
thing as well, correct?
Fire Moon.
Whatever you want to call it.
I don't know how related it is, but
Yeah, because I realized that, like, I was like, oh, we kind of been just letting that go. But at the same time, that's not. And then he's like, and then you're mentioning to fight the shadows. Why? Like, it further comes to the point that, like, you're saying, oh, this event happened, and then shadows occurred, which seems backwards. So I'm gonna ask him without being a jerk about it.
mhm.
Can you give us some more details? What happened in your perspective 10 years ago that required your parent or your mother's parents to go and deal with? Because with us, it all happened differently. For us, there was suddenly light. But you're telling me that with the presence of light, shadows came to Goldhome, and including of a explosion. Can you give us any kind of
It wasn't necessarily
recollection?
like, I don't know that it was necessarily cause and effect. There were a few months that occurred between
Sure.
the fire moon arriving and the
Shadows
sacking
existing.
of Goldhome,
The sacking of Goldhome.
or the sacking of Bell, the whole region.
Do you have
but
any
presumably-
info about that? Of what, or do your
Um,
family have any info of what caused that?
There was a problem with dragons from the mountains, and something to do with, presumably they were working with something from the shadow plane, because the towns were infiltrated with shadow touched creatures at the same time that the dragons arrived overhead. So other than that, I don't really know for sure. I do know that Bell was sacked first, and then a contingent of shadows came to Goldhome, followed by a dragon.
When he talks about shadows, he's talking about the not undead version. He's talking about like how Bodax are like their Shadowfell born.
Yeah, so
Is
you
that-
you should
is that
assume
how-
you should assume that shadows refer to
The Shadowfell.
the Shadowfell by and large. Like, if like it might be an undead, but it is an undead that is so consumed with Shadowfell energy that it would be like if there was a subtype Shadowfell, all shadows would be Shadowfell. You know what?
So moving
I'm
forward,
gonna
just
make
to
a
verify.
decision.
Yeah.
There's a subtype called Shadowfell, and
Well,
all
okay,
shadows
so-
are Shadowfell.
I guess moving forward, a question more mechanically:
Mm-hmm.
will you let us know if something is like if when we encounter it, barring it's like, oh, it's brand new and it's not dripping with Shadowfell energy, but like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this is undead versus this is born of an undead like a zombie versus hey, this is Shadowfell born. Can you
I
make that distinction?
will make that distinction if you are using an ability that allows you to make that distinction.
Then my next question is something that, since you're creating a new class and there's something within my capacity to see kind of an undead versus like a cleric ability, will that encompass a Shadowfell creature now?
Yes, because Shadowfell creatures are considered extraplanar, right?
Okay.
So, like, in the same way that Fiends, Celestials, and Fae
Okay.
are extraplanar, yeah. But you won't be able to tell the difference if you're using, like, the Ranger ability
The Ranger
that just says
ability that
there's
says
something within a
there's
mile, I
something
promise.
Oh, I feel something
And then
in
we
my
just
pants.
look at Farron.
But I will, if you are using some sort of mechanic that would allow you to identify the difference, I will.
Okay.
You might have to
Amazing.
remind me, but I will happily do that.
So the fell of Goldholm occurred months after the fire moon appeared. He also informs us years ago when Bell fell, it was a coordinated effort between the dragons from the mountains and a something that is in the Shadowfell.
Yeah, as far as he knows.
And I'm gonna say, hey, I've got a quick question about that. And I'm gonna give him a description about what I heard, the purple mod figure that I encountered in the Shadowfell when I had decided to make dumb ideas. I'm gonna say, does this have do you, or does your family, or maybe we can hopefully come back after getting to Goldholm. Hopefully, maybe do you have some information about, because this was something that tried to eat me.
Yeah, that sounds like a purple maw. I don't.
What's a purple? I mean, are you saying that because I told you it had a purple mouth?
I mean, a big thing that was attracted to a lot of light with breathing out purple energy from its maw. Yeah, that's a purple maw.
I mean, I'm assuming I have no idea what that is, but is that beyond the fact that he's talking about a purple mouth? Is that actually a creature that exists on this plane?
He says it's a creature that exists on the shadow plane. There are several of them. It's not like a very common creature on the shadow plane, but it's a pretty predatory beast on the shadow plane. They're not particularly smart.
Just a big old creature.
Mm-hmm.
Why are there crabs in the Shadowfell?
What?
I'm sorry.
Because I encountered creatures that had apparently like crab-like pincers.
Oh, he says, I mean, like, some things just have pincers. I don't know, like, some things have pincers. Like, I don't know that it was a crab. Like, he's got like cracky claws. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I felt like if I haven't had this kind of outlet before, so that's why I'm asking.
That's fine.
What? My last question about this, I'm gonna say my last major question about this is, what happens if you introduce light into the Shadowfell?
You attract the denizens of the Shadowfell.
What happens to the other plane of existence, like the current plane we're on?
Nothing. I mean,
because I might have done something dumb.
I mean, I suppose if you put enough energy, like light, into the Shadowfell, you could use it to craft some sort of stronghold.
Well, I'm more looking at the negative part of it, because like I might have cast daylight in the Shadowfell, and it did create some sort of warm bastion of feeling protected. But I'm asking about what happens, because you mentioned that there was a coordinated effort of Shadowfell creatures happening and then dragons happening. How do they reach this plane? And by doing so, did I create a beacon of them wanting to get here because there was now a quote-unquote stronghold of energy here?
I mean, it isn't a stronghold until you take the time to craft the light into a stronghold. But I don't know. I mean, like, creatures can like, one of the consequences of the fire moon is that things could cross those planar boundaries. That breach was not so the space between planar boundaries is not so strong anymore. So shadow things can stop by now if they're summoned
because of what I did.
No,
or because of the
fire moon. Yeah, like that was evidence of kind of the walls between realms starting to crumble.
Okay.
I mean, you are summoning fey creatures to some degree. It's no different than summoning Shadowfell. I mean, they're probably summoned by much more, like, practiced people to summon entire entities, but I don't know. And once one big thing comes through, it can pretty easily bring some other things with it. I don't know. There might be a portal somewhere. I'm not sure.
Hmm. Hmm. That makes me unhappy.
I mean,
I
I'm
guess it's
not
more.
super
I guess.
jazzed about it, but like,
I mean, it's more info that's positive than negative, but it still blows.
maybe. No.
Um. Yeah. How about them Reds? I think we also have. I don't have any other questions. Does anyone have any other questions?
Which way is Goldholm from here?
He like points north across the like foot stream.
If this is a good part, maybe we take a quick couple-minute break, so we can fix some audio things.
Sure. Yeah. Why don't we do that? We're having a couple of audio issues, so we'll take a little. Let's do like 5 minutes. We'll be back at 8:26, and then we will continue on with some more in the red. And we're back. We've got
Despite
some...
our best efforts to derail this session,
Yeah.
Brian keeps dragging us back.
Keep dragging you back.
Just you wait.
We are here for some more In the Red. You are... I thought you were about ready to leave Corbin's homestead, but maybe not.
No, Spit's still talking to the carrots.
Well,
Well, no, I'm done.
I don't
I'm
know why
done.
you're making Spit talk to the carrots. You're the one they can talk back to.
yeah, not an ancient cleric.
Really? They can talk to me?
Druids have spells.
Oh, well, I can talk to aminals, not to...
Oh, you don't have speak with plants?
Oh, wait, that's something
No.
we can do anyway.
All right. Well, never mind. I guess
Pretty
you are
cool.
useless.
Got him!
If you want to, if we can, you know how like tomatoes are sometimes fruits or vegetables. What if a carrot was sometimes an animal or a vegetable?
No.
Can I talk to the carrot?
No.
Wait,
No.
we need to awaken the carrot.
You could awaken the carrot.
Maybe you should.
You need a 6th level druid spell to awaken a
No,
carrot.
wait, no. You just need a staff of woodlands. Start awakening shit all, and boop,
You're going to be
and
disappointed if you start looking for specific magic items in this setting out of the DMG.
boop. I mean, you can ask for them though.
I'm looking for a
Oh, I
longbow
did have
+1.
something,
Mhm.
Brian. We have a list of things that we wanted to potentially look for. I know this is more like has to do with our town, but we've like kind of ignored it for right now.
Mhm.
I know Dimitri wanted a Fletcher at one point in time.
Mhm.
There is someone else I would like to potentially have.
Okay.
Like a low level, like a spellcaster
Mhm.
for sending and message.
Okay.
That's
Make
like
a,
what I.
make a perception check.
I mean, granted, I'm in the middle of not Wind's Hollow right now, but this might have been like a retro. Like, I would have liked to like add that to our list so I don't forget.
Sure, make a perception check.
I can maybe do those, and you're gonna say, Jake, you're in the middle of not Wind's Hollow. 26.
As far as you can tell, there are no low-level casters around.
Is it because I'm not in Wind's Hollow?
You could be in any location with other people, frankly. But you get the idea that Corbin is a ranger.
You're such an asshole. You're such an asshole. Why do I play in your game? I'm literally saying this like, hey, I want to add it to the list of people we're looking
I know.
for.
I know. I'm just.
And
giving
you're
you
just
grief.
being a
That's
chick about it. I'm literally just trying to make it a little more efficient, so I can be like, "Hey, are there any children here?" And they're like, "No, we don't have children here."
fine. Fletcher and a
check in
mage. Got it.
Fletcher and a low-level mage. I mean,
Yep.
they can be high level, but like, I don't want to pay for that shit.
Sure.
Like,
Okay.
it's
That's
on
fine.
page like, what page am I on? It's on page like 20 of my notes.
Okay.
The Goldholm is north, you say.
Yeah.
How about we travel that way, guys?
Yeah.
I'm really mad at everything right now. So and then I look at him like, I just need to kill something at the lake, right? At the shrine, right? Is that all I need to do?
This is I don't know how to.
All right, cool. And I give like this to him.
He does this in like at you.
Is this
So
like-
And
is
then
this
I
a
get
wave?
closer. I get closer to him.
And he gets closer and like puts his
Until our
hand
hands
next to your
touch.
hand. Oh
No. And I like I'm like, no, hold it there. And I
Mhm.
I give it a
Yeah,
light
and then
touch.
he'll interlace his fingers with you and do one
And
of these
I need
guys.
to.
Hey, Wolf Tweak, thank you for your
Hey,
your,
thanks for that subscription.
Hey, you're the best. Don't forget that.
This is a wild episode to resubscribe with, and I'm glad that we didn't scare you away.
Instead of the 30 something hours we did at one point in
Right.
time, we're interlacing fingers at this point.
Ew.
That's
Holding
when you
hands and
subscribe.
swinging. Yeah.
And I like this too.
Ooh.
What is going on? Okay, what? I've been doing my best to derail this. You're over here trying to. What is happening?
Actually,
If it
I've
makes
been
you feel
rel-
better, Corbin looks just as confused.
Are
If
there
it makes you feel-
trains that go through this part of town so we can derail that too?
No.
You'd be surprised. A lot of the info I gathered has already been written down and is like actually super useful for me. But now I think it's time to derail.
Wow.
It's just, where did you decide to get on the train?
Choo choo.
Slayer, do you have a question you want to ask? Want us to ask? You've been lost for a while now. Let's get you back on the path.
I've been here for the last several weeks and I'm lost.
Well,
It's-
all we know is that you don't want to sell Chimera meat. That's all we know.
I'm still
And you
very
summoned
adamant about
a
that.
dick bird,
Yeah,
and apparently
that-
can't speak with plants.
and then I hacked the. Well, did I hack the legs off the dick bird? No,
I don't know that it matters. It was a group
I-
effort.
Yeah.
You guys head north, and you start to approach what you recognize as probably Goldhome. It gets dark pretty abruptly.
Fuck.
It is. I mean, it's only like 10 a.m., but
Yeah.
everything is pretty dark.
I hate this place. I hate dynamic lighting. I hate
Yeah.
everything.
Can I light one of my torches out of my backpack?
You can.
I despise this.
You don't want me to cast flaming sphere and light everything on fire because I really like using
No.
that spell.
Is it a cantrip or is it a level?
It's a spell. It's a leveled spell.
I wish we could just up level. I wish Flaming Sphere was the only kind of spell like every 2 levels it would just increase in size until it's like just throwing like a 30 by 30 foot sphere at people like, whoo.
We find out somehow time travel's involved and like my 5-foot flaming sphere is actually the thing that we've been talking about
It's
this
the-
entire
it's the
time for the
fire
last
moon?
10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
I can assure you, as far as I know, I have not have made any plans to put you in a time travel scenario
Yeah.
because they're all bullshit.
Oh,
No.
we need
can't-
to
I
talk
can't-
about this later.
Wait,
But let's continue.
Wasn't there a movie about time travel with Brendan Fraser in it?
I think he just.
Encino Man? Yes.
Is that what it was? I thought it was like.
I thought you were
Time
talking about
Machine.
Blast from the Past or whatever it was, where he's like
I thought it
stuck
was
in a
called, like, Time
fallout
Machine.
shelter for 10 years.
No, I don't think it was Encino Man. thought
I
it was
mean,
called, like,
Time Machine is a movie based off a very well-known book called Time Machine, written by Orson Welles. So maybe you're thinking of
thought-
Time Machine.
For some reason,
What?
I mean, it's
Orson
been so
Welles-
long. I thought Brendan Fraser was in it, but I don't know.
He was in The Mummy. That was a
I mean,
period
that's
piece.
why I had to look at the Mummy to figure out what his name was. Because
So-
I kept on associating Brendan Fraser with the Time Machine.
So
and now I'm
Goldhome
more
is
confused.
to the
Goldhome.
north.
Yes, Goldhome. It's to the north.
You've made it to
We-
Goldhome.
I'm
Congratulations.
so
Made it to
depressed that Brendan
Goldhome.
Fraser
Wow.
was not in the Time Machine.
So it's like really dark, right? Like
H.G. Wells wrote The Time Machine, by the way, not Orson Welles.
Oh, you're right. Now I feel very stupid, and you should be
Wait, do we have any light? Because it's completely black on our screen.
Just a moment.
I'm able to see, but
Oh.
You just gotta scroll down a bit.
No, I
No,
just
I
forgot
can't.
to turn vision on. Hold on.
He just didn't want to give me any vision. He's like, Jake, I'm tired of
Right.
this shit.
so
You should be
So
able to see
Goldhome-
what your characters can see at this point.
yeah. So Goldhome's really dark and whatnot. Am I noticing anything like from what I can
Oh,
see?
I'm following
any potential like danger spots or anything like that? Because I just see a bunch of like cracked sidewalks and stuff.
Yeah, so it looks like everything's been pretty ruined. Ruined. As you come in from the south, these look like pretty well-built houses.
Best. I gotta literally stay with you.
Yeah, am I looking in a window here? Whoa, what is going on?
Whoa!
What?
As you look in that door, you see a largely empty, seemingly it was some sort of home. You see a lot of debris on the floor, but it's hard to tell what it once was. You're not sure.
Does
Brian,
it
I like to
look
cast
like
light
it
on
hasn't
myself.
been? Oh.
You're gonna cast light, you said?
Yeah, so I don't need. I mean, just because I want to. If I'm still typing notes, I would stay otherwise in range. I don't know if you want to consider it as light on myself. I just I don't want to lose my character as I'm typing notes within here.
Oh, that's fine.
Ooh.
You have cast light on yourself. Congratulations.
Thank you. I did it.
You did a thing.
And I said to everybody, "Hey guys, I did it.
Yeah.
Good job."
You look in. You see the remains of a pretty long abandoned home. This particular house has some a ruined kind of table in it with a bed. There's a little cook stove, but most of it's no longer it's all no longer functional.
Do we have an idea of how far away this light kind of went out? I mean, I know it doesn't matter as much to our Dragonborn friends and
sure. So it was. It was pretty dim. Even
was it
at the homestead, right? So you were in essentially low light at Corbin's place, and then it just
was it dark out? I mean, was it overcast, or was it was clear out and it just was just dark?
The air is thick. Is the best way I can describe it.
Ravenloft thick. So just for my own mental
I wouldn't
image.
say mists. It's just there is I guess it's tough to explain. The Shadow Realm has had such an influence here that shadow has taken the place of light, right?
Yeah.
So the best case scenario is obscured light,
Unless we do something stupid.
Unless you either do something yourselves to stop that from being the case, or put an end to whatever corruption is causing.
So for the last few days, we've noticed that while we're hanging out at the marsh a few days ago, we noticed that as the sun came up, it was just very monochrome,
muted.
Is it that kind of situation here?
So it's monochrome, but also it's dark here, right? You don't see the fire moon through the kind of shadow that is kind of all around you.
Wow.
I don't want to give you the idea that it's clouds, because it's not. It's it's more of a fog, I guess, but not a fog in the way that it would obscure your ability to see with light, right? It's just kind of something is keeping
dark.
the light from getting here.
So is this very reminiscent, considering our characters would be old enough to know this, of what it was before the fire moon?
No, so there was light and dark before the fire moon.
Just not as much light.
Yeah, so the difference is the colors became more vibrant when the fire moon showed up, and
it's Pleasantville all over again.
Well, yeah, the colors became there were colors before, but they were more vibrant, and then it had a dramatic effect on the temperature.
Seasonality.
Seasonality became a real pertinent thing.
Not AL though.
Does light is the light that we're producing travel the same way that it would normally, or is it just the natural light is being obscured by?
If anything, it seems like it might be traveling more than it normally would. So his light spell, instead of being a 20 and 5, is a 15 and 15. So he's it's piercing through a little bit more, and you get the idea that it's just because
I would like to.
The normal here is so dark that a little bit of light goes a long way.
I would like to.
So is it real, or is it just our perception is different?
You don't know.
Okay.
Brian,
Corruption.
I don't have anything that makes me do this, but I don't know if it's necessarily a religion check. What I'm trying to do is kind of twofold here. It's see if there's anything I know there's no one's alive here, or I hope nothing's alive. I don't know if anything's alive here, but I'm looking for the townsfolk. Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing also, because of the statement you made, hey, my light's traveling further. Is it attracting? not necessarily the evil or the good or the bad, but like, is it attracting like? I'm trying to see if there's like the spirits are kind of in, about, around, because I've never had my light spell do what it's doing now.
Yeah, so as you kind of like push your light spell beyond its normal limits somehow, you're not sure how you're doing it.
Sure.
But you notice quite a few spirits in the light, just like going about daily townsfolk days. Like it
they're
doesn't
just
look
walking
like
around and
they're
doing
just
their-
like doing normal things. It doesn't look like they notice you.
okay.
They're just like, and it doesn't look like they realize they're dead, right? Like there's no, it doesn't
They're
look like there's
interacting.
any cognizance that like they're not just living in Goldholm.
Can we hear them?
You can hear noise, but you can't make it. It's like
What I'd like to
awkward,
do is
hushed whispers.
I would like to focus in on a conversation more than anything else, to hear like just like, is it a frozen moment in time? Like, hey, this is the day before. Like, am I capturing a glimpse of this is the day of the explosion happening? I know I can't. I wouldn't know like, oh, what's the thing here unless I had like a newspaper. Like, oh, it's July 36th. Or, you know, like I couldn't gather that info. But like, I'm trying to listen in to see, is it actually happening? Is it an instance? Is it new? Like, if I then went and like, I don't say broke something, but like, hey, they're reacting to maybe not me, but the thing that happened. I'm trying to figure out if is it a live instance? Is it something that happened way in the past? Is it something that happened in my lifespan? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Sure, make a history check then.
Those are words. Can I give myself guidance because I'm focusing so hard?
Yeah.
Thank God. That's my history rolls is 0, but I
Okay.
have a 24 with my guidance because I crit, and
Okay.
I got a 4. I got a plus
Yep.
0.
No, that's fine.
Oh.
You, based off kind of
right
like
now.
focusing in, like it takes a while to be able to concentrate on any of the individual voices enough to kind of even make out what they're saying,
Sure.
right? But you kind of focus in a little bit, and it sounds like they don't seem to have any cognizance of A, being dead, but B, like there doesn't seem to be like a knowledge of a major event that has happened, right? So you get the idea that whatever this is, they are experiencing time before whatever happened here.
So they're not aware. I'm experiencing something before.
It's like a recording.
Yeah, I'm experiencing. I guess that would be the best way. I'm experiencing a recording of things, and that kind of ties in the fact that every night we hear the screaming. And
Right, we need to be parked here when we hear the explosion and the screaming and all that stuff to see this mess, probably.
But I guess my next question is to everyone else. Can they see? I'm assuming like if I have my light up and like boop and like it's like people almost passing by, like just doing their thing. Like, is it only to me or can everyone else see it? And I guess that's a question.
Everyone can see them, but your light is what is providing the lens, right?
Okay.
So like the magical light that you have created is what is allowing everyone to see these spirits walk. So they can't see it through their own like dark vision.
Sure.
And it's not clear if like your light is causing it to be
To happen.
visible, like to be happening, or if like the spirits just blend in so much with the darkness that like they just can't see it without your light. But importantly, like Dimitri's torch is not providing a light that like makes them visible.
I'm sorry if you mentioned this, but what is it about your light that allows us to be able to see that?
It's a clearance spell.
Ah.
Yeah. Imagination.
DM Fiat is what allows you to see it through
Excellent.
his light,
All right.
rather than through a
Or,
torch.
well, we don't know really because we're standing next to each other, but realistically, it could be the fact that there's been so much darkness that there's never been. Maybe I'm just that cool.
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right, assholes.
Let's keep
I
looking
know.
around.
Mhm.
What's in this house?
Uh,
Move the roof.
We could do a
You-
murder mystery.
So you
Ooh.
look in this house and you see the first room has a stone floor, but you see kind of scorch marks coming out from like a side room. And then who is that? That's Enix. Enix,
Yeah.
you look in that other room and there's a hole in the floor that goes down to just utter darkness. And the whole room is like scorched to the point that like you can see the shapes of the people who died based off of where there is like like when
the
Herculaneum erupted in Rome, like where people were hit by the lava, their bodies created this like clean white spot that like you could see their silhouettes based off what wasn't burnt. And that's very much what you're experiencing here.
That's an image that's going to stay with me after we're done playing.
Yeah.
So where in the... Can I walk into this room? Where's the hole?
The hole is here.
Okay. So I take it. I am very gently taking a step into
Mhm.
I want to step into the room since there are. Is the floor like burnt out too, or is it just that hole?
So it looks like
I know
whatever caused this fire. I mean, make an investigation check.
Okay, I know I'm overthinking it, but I just don't want to like step on.
No. You should definitely be careful.
Oh, okay. 12.
That's enough to know that whatever has burnt out this room erupted from under the floor. So all of the
All
like
the mines are
broken,
underneath.
like the broken wood, is like coming up rather than going down. So some kind of explosion happened below this building, that put a hole in the floor, burnt out this room. The door, the external door for this room is nowhere. It's not attached. So you get the idea that it was enough force that it like blew the door off its hinges.
Wow.
As you're doing it, the squares kind of around the hole, so here to here and here, are like they're loose, right? Like they squeak, giving you the indication that like probably if you were to like fool around on them, you might fall. But it looks like there's like you look down in the hole and you just see darkness, right? Like even you can see to the bottom because you have 60 feet of dark vision. But like all you can see is like straight down.
Wow.
I would like to ask Morty to see if he can
Hello?
get up high. If you could get up to the edge and cast your light down into the hole.
Let me give you my 10-foot pole so you can poke around to see how loose these tiles are first.
That's a great idea.
I will. How do you want to rule this? Is it a concentration to have it on? I don't think it is. Light spell.
Light? No, it's not a concentration check.
I'll
You
just
can
have
only
it on
have
myself.
one active at a time, though.
Fuck.
So the way it works is when you cast a new one, it gets rid of the first.
No, I hate this game. Why do I play 5th edition?
Can I just drop
Um,
my torch down there?
Yeah, if you want.
Well, just to be clear, I'm more interested to see if there are ghost people
Souls.
down in there.
Yeah. How about we do this? We do the old 1-2. I'm gonna ask Dimitri help, but not in a saddening voice. I'm gonna say, hey, let's keep a torch up here. If I look in this room, there's nothing like no like spirits in here.
No, there's no spirits in this room.
So my next thing is I'm gonna say let's keep the torch here. If he's gonna give the pole, I'm gonna give Inix the pole, and at the end of the pole I'm gonna have the light spell on it, so he can kind of like tap around, and then if it seems like there's a loose bottom and he can go down, that we can see. Hey, is there more baby y'alls up there, and the ghost y'alls in there. So that's the plan. Torch up here, light spell on the end of pole. Let somebody else do the old tapping around thing. Was that confusing enough?
That was very confusing. I assume you want Enix to risk his life instead of you risking yours.
I mean, that's fine.
Because I can bring him back to life.
Yeah,
it's like you can bring me back to life.
I can talk to a bear for you.
But you can't talk to a plant.
Wouldn't download a car.
What are we trying to do? We're just trying to see inside, right?
Yeah.
This
is a bomb.
How much rope do we have?
A lot.
Oh.
Can I
all have
Brian, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
you all have 50 feet of rope, so you have 200 feet.
I would like to see if there's anything on the ground that looks like there's a trap.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah, I figured as much. Can I give myself guidance?
Yeah, I guess. That's fine.
It seems like a 4. A 9.
You're pretty sure there's no traps.
Yeah, there's no traps. Because what I was gonna ask is I just want to see into the room a little bit, walk in, and go huh. And that's as far as I would go. So look around, and then I'd be like, all right, cool. Because I just wanted to see I wanted to see what the room looked like.
So when you walk on this, what I dictated was a weak floor panel.
I didn't see it because I couldn't see shit. Because I was over here in transit.
Sure, make an acrobatics check.
Just
or athletics, either one.
Ooh, I can do athletics checks. I got big arms. I got a 20. Let's go.
So you walk to that square and you feel it start to give out from under you, and you grab the threshold of the door and pull yourself back over.
My muscles bulging with strength.
I just go, Morty, no.
So that square is still there, but you're almost certain if any weight goes on it, it will not be.
I'm gonna go, hey guys, I don't know if you knew about that, but that's a weak square.
We're all just glaring at you yeah.
And you see my massive forearm. It's I don't have any biceps, or gigantic forearms. Because I've been just hoping that at one point in time I can absorb the power of these gauntlets. Just powering my way through problems.
Should we explore other houses?
Or just this one hole?
I still want to.
No, I'm interested in this hole. 100%. Yeah, there's a weak hole there. You should just bonk.
If we want to cast light on something on it and then tie it to a rope and lower it down so we can bring it back up.
Why don't we
just cast it on the rope itself?
Or why don't we do it?
That's a good point.
Wait, we have a 10-foot pole though. Why don't we just?
But we have 50 feet of rope.
So we tie the pole.
The hole is. Let me clear this up for Jake. The hole is much deeper than 10 feet.
Oh, I missed that part because I fell into it. Because
But you said that I could see the bottom with my 60-foot dark vision, so
correct.
So it's less than 60 feet.
Yes, so the 50-foot.
There's a difference of
50
feet between there. Yeah.
Yeah, the 50-foot rope's plenty long enough. So cast the light on the spell, or cast the light on the rope, and then just toss it over the edge, even with this but stand here.
Yeah.
Right? And toss it into the hole, not stepping on the parts that will collapse underneath us.
Yeah.
So you drop the rope and you can see all the way down. And when you look down, you see... That's not the one.
Oh, wow.
No, don't look at that.
Oh.
Cheating.
Oh.
This is for
Wait,
my
so-
reference.
Screen
Um,
hacks.
I have a
You
quick
see,
question.
you see some less ambivalent looking spirits. They look a lot more like the ones that tried to strength suck you.
Oh, I know that feel.
And they are like, you see one of them holding a mining pick and like tearing into a wall.
Is it like a creeper with a sad face and a mind pick? It's like,
No.
do they look up at us as they swing their pick?
No.
Oh. We didn't ask a good
Let's
amount
go
of
to
questions.
another home.
I gotta be honest, I wasn't really ready for anything to ask after finding out who was down there.
We didn't ask a lot of good questions about what kind of town Goldholm was.
It's a
It's a
mining.
mining town.
Yeah, we didn't ask a lot of good. Statement still stands.
Well, it wasn't clear to me originally that the mine clearly went directly underneath the town. I thought that the town was adjacent to.
I did
So
too.
where are we currently relative to the entrance to this mine?
We don't know.
You haven't found the entrance to the
Ah, okay.
You've
So
been
let's
told.
Keep exploring.
You've been
Now-
told it's
now-
north of town.
Okay.
So we are not there. My question then, or my statement stands. A question and then a statement. My question is: these burn marks, these explosion marks, do they date back 10 years? Like no one's been here in this area since then, unless I might have missed that. I apologize if I did. Or if anyone even.
I'm just trying
like-
to figure out how you would know that.
Well, I'm saying, like, is there dust on top of said marks? Enough dust where it's like, yikes.
oh, sure. I would say yeah. So these are clearly like
It wasn't like.
this building has been abandoned for a while.
Yeah.
Does it check? I guess this might be more of a check, but does this check with the 10-year mark? Or is this like, hey, does this seem like it might have been a more recent explosion compared to 10 years of dust?
As far as you know, like you don't know what 10,
What 10
years of dust really
dust
looks like. But as far as you know, it could, right? Like, without being like an archivist, right? You don't really know
Yeah.
We need
like
an
the dust
archivist to-
makeup. But you would say that like it's not out of the realm of possibilities that this has
Yeah.
not been touched for 10
Are there
years.
any footprints nearby that seem like they're less less tracked upon than, let's say, the explosion? Like, I'm trying to look for almost like footprints that it would have occurred after said explosion.
No, so the only footprints you see are footprints of like people that were standing there when the explosion went off.
So nothing. Okay, and the explosion. What was the origin?
Because there is not like charred wood where their feet
Sure.
were.
And where does the explosion mark originate from? Again,
It came up from the hole. You're not sure.
and we can see the bottom of the hole.
Hmm. But
Must
you're
have
looking
hit a
down into a
TNT.
coal mine. So like,
Well, we're
it's
seeing
tough
the
to
60
tell.
feet down into a cult, which we can't see right or left of.
right, and it's tough to
Which
tell.
feeling
Like,
direct?
is that like an explosion char mark or is it soot from a coal mine? Right, like.
Yeah.
Are we able to breathe here without many issues?
Yes, because it's a fantasy world where black lung isn't as common.
Let's explore other houses.
I'm
Yeah.
a merman.
Well, I'm very.
I want to go on record as saying black lung is a very serious condition, and people should be redressed for their concerns with black lung because it's bad. But
I think I had the black
it's not
lung.
bad in this setting.
I would. I'm very glad that we did not throw a torch down into the coal mine, because that would. I don't want a Centralia situation on top of what we're currently dealing with.
Seems like you don't like having fun.
I just like not having 50-year-old fires. So Goldholm is to the north.
No, we're in Goldholm. What's this house?
Where did you go?
Why did
I
y'all
lost
leave?
you.
I'm over. Oh, you can't see me. That's right.
Y'all
I'm
just
over
like
here.
sprinted away. What the hell, guys? Like, chill out.
Spit's having a good time over there.
Y'all just like, I'm like sitting here going like, I
What's
got
this house?
It looks like it used to be some kind of workshop. There's a couple of like oven, like
I literally don't know where its door is.
It's right here, or it's right
Oh, it
here.
is? Oh my goodness.
Or wait, is it right here?
I can't see into the house.
you should be able to now.
You can now
I mean,
see
I
the
can go.
house.
I can. What I'll do is I'll vault my. Oh, there it is.
I like how the door just started flying away from us.
It looks like a ceramic, like somebody who made pot, like clay work.
Hold up! I like tap these barrels.
They
There is
fall.
no barrel knight inside.
Okay. thank
God, that'd be so
goodness.
troll. There's like 3
Oh,
dudes. I'm
man.
like, it's our time to shine.
It's been an abandoned town.
The
10
ghosts
years.
have let him go. They have like stopped thinking about it. It's our time to shine.
It's like a barracks.
No, it looks like a storeroom
pottery.
where it's got like clay pottery in it.
What is what's going on here?
It looks like a drying rack.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Is there any ghosts? I don't say ghosts. Are there spirits in here?
Yeah, there's somebody sitting in a potter's wheel, and somebody manning the ovens.
Is the thing that they're making also ghostly?
You don't see them actually making anything.
Damn it! I thought it'd been really cool if they would just like continue making like one thing over and over and over again.
The there's no actual fire in the ovens currently, right?
Correct.
I would like to look for if this is checking out more and more as we're like looking at it as the day of the bad
The
thing
incident.
happening. I'm looking for anything that seems out of place for a town. I mean, we spent time in Winds Hollow, so I'm looking at more like not necessarily. I'm looking at clearly the workers and the common people, but I'm looking at also like, hey, we are ourselves owners of a facility.
Mhm.
I'm looking at actions that are committed from the people of the facilities, maybe not this specific place, but I'm also looking to see if there was any reactions as we're heading further and further into the day. I don't know what time. I know we said we were 10 a.m., but if 15 minutes, 30 minutes,
I mean,
we know
you,
how much
you
later
fully
on
investigated
it
the
is.
house. My guess is it's probably like 11 or it probably took an
But
hour.
like, I guess what I'm also looking for now is like we're getting not necessarily super close,
Mhm.
but we're getting closer and closer to the time at night where I know we're still hours away.
I think what Jake's trying to say is, can we identify if there were any lead-up events to what's about to happen later tonight?
Thank you, Spit. That's why, you know what, Spit? You're the reason why I look for you for inspiration. Because you, I know, can work well in crowds. Well, I haven't done that for you yet, Enix. I'm sorry.
So far, you don't really see any like.
But that's what I'm on the lookout for.
Sure. Make an insight check.
Normally when I do, it's normally really poor.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's...
Can I help him? Because
I got an 18.
I kind
No,
of
this
explained.
isn't.
Oh, okay.
This isn't an assistable check.
It's 18.
So, as you look around the ghosts, you see a disproportionate number of them that seem to be exhibiting behavior indicating that they're blind.
Mm.
Like, not condition blind, mechanic, like literally blind.
Like they can't see.
Can't see. How am I witnessing this?
They're just not moving. I mean, it doesn't look like they're like. It looks like they are not fresh to being blind. Like they've been blind for a while, but like they just are moving slower, and like you're seeing telltale like
Feeling around.
like feeling for doorknobs, and kind of like patting down the inside of like door frames.
Are there, with that in mind, oh Jesus, Did Goldholm accidentally happen because somebody set off a bomb by accident? Like, oh, it's what I meant to hit, and they just flipped like the atom bomb switch, and just everything blows up. I have a really bad feeling that that's what actually happened. But
Well, this thing exploded at like 12:30 at night.
somebody going
Right, I can't imagine there'd be a mining shift in the middle of the night, unless there is.
Do you remember that thing I asked before about we didn't really know exactly what Goldholm
Right.
was? Was somebody taking advantage of something? That's what I wanted. That's what I was trying to get at. Either way,
Can you clarify that? I'm confused. What?
so you mentioned that the Goldholm entrance of the gold mine, the mine of the Goldholm was to the north.
To the
But the thing that
northwest, yeah.
northwest, whatever it may be, there's clearly something that's 60 feet down below that one house they were in, and there are disgruntled people below this home that were shadows.
Importantly, I don't know that I would describe them as disgruntled. You saw
But the
something
people that were
that
trying
looked like a shadow, similar
weren't
to the
alive.
one, but they weren't alive, and they like.
Were they Shadowfell born?
You're not sure. There's a lot of shadow. Like, they might be people who died who have just been so overwhelmed by shadow from the mine. Maybe it's tough to know.
If you want me to use an ability to cast to check, or are you just telling me that?
I'm just telling you, like,
Okay.
that's your best insight. Is that
What I'm also acknowledging is we never got a clear impression of what Goldholm, the inhabitants of Goldholm, and who they were. Were they really like similar to what we've seen in, I don't know, say what we've seen, but you know, in the past in the slave things where, you know, you'd be given something but you would have a general store, and the general store would be way too expensive, and you just keep on selling your years
so
away.
like, is it like a corporate town?
Is it a corporate
Like a
town
company
versus?
town? Yeah, I don't.
Which we have had zero clarity on.
You've had zero clarity, but walking around, you don't like.
But it hasn't also not seemed that way either.
It doesn't seem one way or the other. There's not people meahing in the corner about
We also
like.
don't see anybody going humana.
Right,
Hey,
yeah,
we're gonna overthrow this town. It's time to blow this place up. We
Yeah.
also haven't gotten that either. So
Correct.
we're not one way or the other on it. But as far as I can tell, there's nothing pointing away from it not being a corporate town. The place is called Goldholm for
Yeah.
like I haven't seen one way or the other.
That is not an unfair assessment.
Thank you.
So going back to that the house that we just saw that had the floorless room, what is on the outside of this house? Is there any obvious signs that an explosion came from inside of it and blew outward?
Other than like the door was blown off its hinge. So where it's wooden in that house, like there's some damage to the walls.
Okay.
But the stone floor is indicative of also a stone brick wall. And so like this part is not like damaged. But like this part, the walls are damaged a bit.
Okay. Because what I'm getting at is I kind of want to take a lap of town here and see if there are other like external any signs of any other buildings that were damaged in the same way.
Sure. Is that what you want to do?
I guess this is a very it's a kind of a big town, so it'll probably take a minute, but
You
Would
could
you like
take
us to
it'd
go
probably
with
take
you?
an hour and a half or so to like investigate all the buildings.
Would
I mean,
you like us to go with you next or no?
probably not a bad idea.
Well, I just want to ask. I don't want to overstep my boundaries. That's why.
Yeah, no,
Where did
that
everyone go? Oh no!
No, I want to.
See ya.
I
Oh,
want
there you
to.
are.
I'm trying to get a feel for like if there's any part of town that seems more So this town clearly is built on top of this mine, right? And I want to get a feel for like if there is.
Well, either the town was built on top of the mine, or the mine was dug out from under the town.
Okay. I'm trying to get at if there's a part of town that, just from looking at the damage above ground, if there was like a ground zero, and then what we saw is just like the blast had worked its way through the tunnels or whatever had been dug.
Sure. So what I will tell you then is I'm going to just get rid of the roofs because you're going to take an hour and a half to search.
Oh.
I mean, is that cool with everybody? I guess we've already started doing it, so.
I mean,
it's
we were,
okay.
I was going to keep going. Let's explore another home.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I don't want to step on your toes with that. It's like I just don't want to be like, oh yeah, you're like 1,000 feet away from us. You're dead before we get to you. Like kind of. That's what I wanted to ask about.
So,
oh my goodness.
So it looks like the buildings that have like wooden floors, basically, the wood did not stand through the blast. There are a lot of buildings with like stone floors or brick floors that managed to fare much better. But like the buildings largely that are like mostly wood construction, which is like a tavern and kind of like a quick build house and a building that looks to be some sort of like tenement building, right? Those that were built quicker didn't stand through the blast. So you get the idea that like the mines probably go under a lot of the city, and the buildings that were over the mine shafts when this explosion went off, they didn't fare well if they didn't have strong floors. And then you notice a few wooden floors that are part of other buildings that also have stone floors that aren't damaged, and your best guess is that there's just not a mine shaft underneath that house. So it looks like whatever explosion happened in the mine caused all of the like scorching damage. And you know that it was very hot and very fast because it burned hot and fast enough that it didn't just burn down the whole building.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. So not coal, because that would still be burning.
Right.
Did we establish what else? Is it just a coal mine? Well, I know there was a gold mine there too, but did we?
All of the records that you have, which are 25-year-old maps, indicate that Goldholm sits on a gold mine.
Okay.
But as far as you can tell,
gold does not explode.
Well, as far as you can tell, like it's mostly coal, so you're not really sure.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
We've encountered I'll use that word. Fungus that has existed before. The thing when we did that in that forest, we had that mine, like we pretty much did a controlled explosion. Would that suffice as another thing that could have happened here, or is this way too far northwest of the fungus that this wouldn't have been something that could have happened? Like it could have been fungus related. And years. Also, the thing is years ago related.
Right. So it's tough for you to really make a call one way or the other on that. You are pretty far away, right? You're about 3 weeks away from the forest where the fungus
Quite a
was.
few miles.
And
that's newer versus older.
Right. It seems like if it was fungus related, that suggests a much larger issue, right? Like there's
something bigger problem.
Well, there's something that is like there's some sort of like thing going on here that is singly impacting 3 weeks wide worth of terrain.
Yeah.
Which could be true or could not. It might be completely unrelated. It might be that like the fungus thing and this situation are serving some sort of similar higher entity, which seems the most likely, being that you know that there's some sort of hierarchy to kind of the overwhelming shadow impact that is occurring here, right? Like Angron was not in charge in the tower. He just ran the tower, right? He ran the bandit groups, but like he was also serving something else.
Yep.
Well, they killed a dragon and then found out it was serving something else. If that helps clarify the question, I'm sure you
and then
had.
they started serving Chimera.
No, they were serving
that was-
Chimera long before they killed the dragon. Don't worry about that.
I feel like you're still not on this whole like us crew.
You know, I was never really fully satisfied on the whole Chimera health safety situation, and it's it's very
And
important.
now we're here.
Sentient swords and whatnot. I don't know how the two connect, but figure it
Well,
out.
actually, I can tell you how they connect. In a town called Winds Hollow, where there's no kids, and this Chimera meat. That's how it connects.
Hey guys, there looks to be like an armory over here.
Oh, hey. When you say over here, okay, you're way little. How'd you get over there so fast?
I walked.
He was
Oh.
he was ignoring the conversation about the burnt out buildings, and instead went to find some armor.
Doot, 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 doot.
Are we choosing to spell armory with a U or without?
This is a fantasy game. You got to add the
Oh,
British the
It's
British
got two
courtesy vowel.
U's.
You
There's
got to add the
actually-
British
Armory.
courtesy vowel.
There's actually like 3 U's in here.
Gray is spelled with an E, not an A, just to clarify. Yeah,
Hey!
you see the
That's my
remains of an armor.
video game name. I got an E instead of an A.
Can I search around?
Yeah, if you want.
See if I can find anything.
Make a perception check.
Perception.
We got dinged.
Yeah, it's me. I didn't realize I
Okay.
wasn't following
Oh,
our own channel.
yay!
Thanks for the
Wow!
follow.
Thanks for the follow. Wow! And thanks. Wow!
I can unfollow if you want and then refollow.
No, don't
Oh,
do that.
man.
That would
Do it. You won't.
It's a ooh. I want to use a Benny
Okay.
since we have so many of them.
Wait, is there a refresh next week?
No, it will be 2 weeks on April 1st.
April 1st.
That'll be a
Oh shit! Yeah. Forget we're down.
15 on perception from a 5.
15?
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, so it's clearly an armor shop. There seems to be like some like armor mannequins in the back that have been abandoned. It looks like maybe there was some leather armor or something on them, but all that's left is like scraps basically. As you kind of look through, you do end up going in this chest and you see like scale mail, but aside from that, I mean, you don't really see a ton of stuff.
No weapons or anything.
Not that you can really tell. I mean, you see a couple of like tools that could be used as weapons. So like there's like a couple of blacksmith's hammers that could like reasonably work as a warhammer, but nothing. It's clear that he made whoever was here, he, she, or they made armor rather than like weapons. But importantly, they didn't make household tools like Siegfried.
Ooh,
Or
that's good.
specialize in them anyway. You also think if you, I mean, you don't really know how to work a forge, but you're pretty sure, like, given enough time, you could get this one to light, but I don't know what you would do
Not
with
right
that.
now.
Like-
Yeah. Let's explore another building.
Okay. You guys see a bunkhouse down here with largely like ruined beds. Sorry, the door is there.
I'm really excited to see this map without, like, freaking darkness, because it gives me so much anxiety seeing so much darkness.
Well, we gotta get rid
That's
of the
the point.
corruption.
You're supposed to be anxious. It's like a horror module. It's a spooky mod.
Whoa,
It's
there's
spoopy.
there's a double bed going on in here.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
And a chest. I open it from the
Wha-
side.
Wait.
Excuse me. Whoa, no.
I'm gonna interrupt all y'all.
you-
I'm gonna interrupt all you. What's going on in this? And I know I've been waiting a second for the armory and this. What's happening with the spirits? I'm assuming we've taken some more time, which is we're probably airing around 11:45, 12 o'clock.
Probably noon, yeah.
What's going on?
Oh no, you guys spent an hour and a half to like search and get a quick once over.
12:30.
It's like 2 o'clock. It's getting close to 2.
Wait, where did we lose an hour and a half? We were at like 11 o'clock.
Daylight savings time.
Yeah.
We sprung forward. Damn it!
Desperately
lost
needed
out.
in Gold Home is daylight savings.
I'm about to play the meme music real quick, really loud.
The spirits. I mean, they look pretty much the same.
I'm looking for like weird activity. I said weird, but I guess I'll use weird. I'll say weird. Yeah, weird activity or unusual activity. That's the ish I'm looking for.
I guess you do know that they are steering clear of the buildings with holes in the floor, right? So the ones that have been burnt out, the spirits are largely
Damn it.
avoiding.
Wait, hold on.
It doesn't look to be like they're consciously avoiding them, though. They're not like giving them a wide berth. You just don't see these ghosts go into them at all.
It's not their house.
Yeah.
Well, that checks actually.
What's in this chest?
No, I get a. I just shove you out of the way because I was about to open
you
that.
get first dibs. You get first dibs.
Spit, what's in the chest?
But I highly recommend opening it from the side.
God, I want
Okay,
to cast speak with
why?
delicate people.
Because we tried to open chests from the front and we got shot by arrows. Or I knew to open them from the side.
Damn, how
Well,
does that work?
I opened it from the front because you didn't get that out because I had your face was covered by my hand as I shoved you out of the
True.
way.
No,
Yeah,
the better way
you
to go
open
like
it-
this. You're going like, you can't get closer. No.
You open it, it's not trapped, but it is empty as far as you can tell.
Ugh. So I throw spit in there and slam it shut. Minus the throw spit in there
Is
part.
that a thing you do?
No.
I do have a question now. Further follow up. So we saw from the other thing that they weren't working on anything, but they would like with the kiln clay area. There was no items remains. Okay, let's say they were making a bowl on a clay wheel, or a wheel that produced clay, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If I looked at where they were at, were the items that were there still there? Or maybe they were blown out, broken,
I mean, you see a lot of shards.
but it would have made up. If they set something down, it's like, oh, that's broken. If I would have gone up next to that area, are there any items in there now? I guess I'm trying to differentiate. Is there any items that would have been there, or pretty much to create a recording? Did items include, or was it just the people?
Oh, okay. So you don't see like the people that are like the ghosts you see that are crafting things. There's nothing being crafted. You see their
But
hands
they
at
were
work and their
crafting something.
tools, right? But you don't
But
see like
So the tools they were even using were
yes, but the goods that are being, but they are like ghostly tools, right? You don't get the idea that
Yeah.
you could interact with them, and the
Right.
products they are creating, you don't see a product there.
well.
Right.
What I'm really
you do see
also
a bunch
trying
of
to
like
get at-
shards of ceramic around the
Sure.
building, but that seems to be as old as the explosions.
everything.
Well, what I'm
Yeah.
getting at is also more so along the lines of, was something maybe moved? Can we, if there is an incident where you're saying, hey, they were crafting with items, however you want to call that, whatever.
Mhm.
I'm trying to see, did something move that we can't interact with because they were maybe making something that was super important that ended up becoming more important in the explosion that happened?
Yeah, I'm not sure there's not really a way that you could
The answer
do
could
it,
be sure. I feel like you see I'm going for detective Morty right now.
Mhm.
Trying to figure out.
there's nothing that you've noticed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to start ritually casting detect magic, and also would have also noted. I feel like I would have done that, but yeah, I'm calling it now. But in the last 2 areas with the barracks /
The bunkhouse and
armory
the
area,
armor.
and now with any kind of interactions that would have occurred. And if you say, hey, if it looked normal, we can just keep breezing through. That's fine.
Mhm.
I'm
So
looking for
the forge was magical.
okay.
What
What kind of magic did it radiate? Like a kind of like a eternal
abjuration?
flame kind of thing.
It's an abjuration, but it seems like it was used to like make minor magical effects on the armor, right? Like someone skilled at armory was using this magical forge to help him produce like
Minor effects.
uncommon magic armor, right? Or even common magic armor. Other than
Cloaks
that,
of billowing, because everyone wants one. That's pretty badass, though. The guy's literally got a forge that just creates magic items.
you also, when you were exploring the rooms that have been burnt out, like the residue itself detects magically.
Would that make Brian? Does that make sense if let's say if coal were to be lit ablaze by something that's magical, would the resulting fire become magical, or would it be the flame that hits said spell and then everything else becomes just
So
normal
the
fire?
way it would work is like, the answer to your question is yes, but you've got the order of operations wrong. So like the coal feeds
magical.
Well, the coal doesn't become magical, but it feeds the magical fire that was there to begin with.
Okay.
And the fire itself grows.
So something
like-
would have caused. So it might not have. So whatever caused it was magical, but it wouldn't have been necessarily a fireball. It could have been a magical. Let's say we throw a produced flame. For instance, a produced flame is magical, causes a fire. Everything now is magical fire. If I'm understanding your order of operations right.
The fire that grows is a magical fire.
Yes.
Okay. That's that. Okay. Cool. I get it now.
Yeah.
And I would relate that to
Explore
the
another
group.
home, or should we go up to
this
where
this
the
seems more powerful than a normal like casting. Like the produce flame cantrip isn't gonna produce the amount of ping for your detect magic, even with
As
like
it did.
this
Okay.
much coal as a catalyst. Like it is clearly a more potent spell than like a first
It was
level
for
druid
instance,
cantrip.
sure.
But yes, that general idea would be something that could cause that level of magic interaction.
Do we want to go and head up to where, if we want to find the entrance to the mines before it gets dark?
We're at what, 3:00 now?
Give or take, yeah.
So there's one major house here. We went through that house. We went through this house. Went through this exploded out house. Is this one house? Are these 2 houses on the far right?
So
Are those extensions or no?
this one here is a tavern,
Oh yeah, you said it got blown out or something.
and then
because of
this
the
is
wooden
just
floors.
a regular small house with like a stone floor.
I think it's all the houses, right?
Yeah, there's like a stable up to the north as well, but it doesn't have any indication of being burnt out at
There's
all.
no horses.
You see
Wrangle!
So you see when you go in, you see the ghosts of horses.
Oh.
I look at him and go, and then I leave. I'm like, it's sad.
Do we?
Let's go to the mine.
I guess, yeah, we head to the mines, and I think I would look for anyone that's like doing their shift rotation, like that's heading in a location, like keeping my light up to see, like, hey, is there people leaving town that have pickaxes?
Yeah.
That are going to, I would assume pickaxes equal mine.
Yeah, I mean, you see, like, there's like a parade of people. It's not hard to figure out where the mine entrance is. It's the leading source of industry in this town, right?
Sure.
So you see a bunch of like just like mining tools, kind of like guiding the way. There's some
Wait a
like
minute.
wheelbarrows and that kind of stuff.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of them a bunch of swords?
That would
What?
make me run in the opposite direction. Sentient swords.
Sentient swords.
I thought you
He
said a
that-
bunch of swords. And I was
Well,
like,
because you're saying like there's like a general like a bunch of pickaxes moving to this area.
oh no,
You didn't-
not like
You didn't say any
they're
people,
not-
and I
they're
was
not
like, wait a
moving.
minute.
No. I mean, there's like abandoned pickaxes.
So,
Right? They're
Oh,
just
that
like
was-
laying on the ground. They're not like dancing toward the mine and glee.
They're about to
Like-
yell like, "Let's go get some coal and some."
Right.
You didn't
So
explain
I'm-
that. I was a little concerned about.
I'm stuck on why there would be an armorer in this town. Is it just because there's such an abundant source of fuel directly below him?
It's tough to know. Make a history check. You're the closest to being from this region. So
Okay. I would like to use a Benny, please.
please do.
Go for it. We'll learn a lot.
17.
Years ago, there was a noted armor smith in this town named Barrick. And Barrick was very talented. He lived in Goldhome. It's never been made very clear why he decided to like set up shop here. He was a local, but he was skilled enough that he didn't really need to find a market for his armor. People typically came to him if they wanted his work.
Okay.
Blacksmith or armor?
A blacksmith, but specifically in armor. A blacksmith that specialized in armor making.
I'm having a hard time articulating my thoughts here. I'm wondering if the source of this explosion was one of the people that sought him out, but I don't know how we know
Can we
that.
evidence that?
I will say that is not an uncommon practice in this region, right? Like,
Blows some mines?
no. The notion of like being so skilled in a craft that people come to you for your goods, right? Like Aaron has the same level of expertise in furniture making. It's just a less like martially useful skill, right? And like since Bell has become largely a wasteland, that has stopped being the case, right? Like people aren't traveling this dangerous path to wait in line to get an item made by an artisan, right?
And we don't see a barrack here.
And you don't see a barrack here. That's true. I mean you do, but he's a ghost.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, that gives a lot
To
of clarity
the
about it.
mine. To the mines.
I was about to say, how's George
Let's go.
doing?
Let's go. Let's go. Nah, that's actually a good question.
George is not currently inhabiting Baron.
Wow.
So he's beside him.
He's not near. Baron says he said he'd be back. I don't know. He went to go find Anton or Anders. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Anders was who again?
We don't know.
He's mentioned him before, but you don't
Yeah.
know.
Is there a general direction that he was headed in? I mean, I know we don't know, but it's like, hey, did you feel a pull during certain areas, considering that, like, hey, Baron, you're protected by this guy. Or did you feel a certain pull towards an area? Like,
No.
Probably the mines.
hey, Baron, question for you.
hmm
Have you had this? Have you ever had any Goldholm conversations with him?
I try not to press the issue. He doesn't really like talking about Goldholm.
Sure.
Um,
You understand why I'm asking this, right?
because you want to know what happened here, presumably.
No, I'm trying to make sure that our friends are okay. But I assume I'm really happy that you assume that I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. No, I'm happy. I'm trying to figure out what happened to our friends. So that's why I ask.
Our friend, which friends?
You,
Oh,
George,
oh,
'cause you guys
sure.
are all
I mean,
very important to us.
yeah.
and-
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm not sure. You know, I don't have. Anytime I brought up the city, because trust me, like the notion of a gold mine is not lost on me.
No, I understand
But
that.
when I brought it up, he seemed to not really want to go into detail, and I didn't want to press him. So
No, that makes sense. We're just trying to make sure if there's something we can do to help out, or at least I would assume, and I'm having this conversation in front of everybody else, but like I would assume that everyone else here wants to help. We're here for a similar cause, and you're very important to us. And whether he's a passenger, whether you two are combined, it doesn't matter to us. It's important that you guys are safe and feel safe.
Mhm.
And if there's something that we can do, whether it's with in your own bodies or whether you're with another person, whatever it may be, we want to be making sure that we are accommodating and making sure that you feel comfortable where you're at. So if that of course coincides with us getting information about it,
Mhm.
it's important.
sure.
Um,
Don't freak out. The NPC next to you is just Baron. I'm not
Oh.
ambushing you.
Oh.
ah!
It's not an ambush. Don't worry.
Oh my god!
Barrel knights.
He says, yeah. I mean,
Phase through the no. Can you stop being actually here? Because I don't want you here for NPC reasons. I would rather you not be part of combat. So can
he's
you
like, all right, I'll
disappear
just go
again?
explore town, I guess.
Yeah, just don't be part of combat. That'd be great.
Can we go like check out the tavern real quick just to see if he might have?
That's what I'm pushing though. I'm just trying to say like, hey, I would assume we're all friendly and we're all friends, but that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, if there's anything we can do to help while we're here with George, I would assume he'd maybe let us help. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be. He says, I don't see why not, but I also don't know a lot about what happened here, so I don't know. Sometimes George gets temperamental, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes.
So tavern then mines?
Yeah, let's check out the tavern first, and then let's go look for the mines.
Okay,
Which one was the tavern?
it's the bottom right.
Bottom. Is it getting darker?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I'm keep being like, let's go to the mines before it gets too dark.
I'm a little concerned since we keep hearing blasts every night. We are very close to the source of that blast.
We are.
Yeah.
We are
We
on
are
top
in
of
the
that
source of the
blast.
blast
Yes.
now.
Yeah,
I'm
that's why I
concerned
want to
we-
make sure we take care of this before it gets dark.
I would like to be in one of the stone houses when that blast happens.
This is
Oh,
the
be the
only
moon.
time that Brian has said repeatedly what time it is. So
Alright,
I've been
like,
asking. I've been asking a lot.
Yeah.
That's why.
And let's go to the mine. then.
Getting close to
Let's go
4
the mine.
o'clock here.
So let's travel to the mine, guys.
I mean, importantly, the fastest way to the mine is through the hole. I mean, I don't know, like...
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Alright.
I'm going to the top of I feel like going through the mine. Unless you guys think otherwise, that's a bad idea.
Well, you almost accidentally went to the mine earlier, if not for an acrobatics save.
Or it was an athletics check.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Because my arms are so pop-eyed like.
Right, you're...
It is
Okay.
uncomfortable how big my arms are.
All right, let's go
It
to
must
the
be
mine.
very challenging to buy shirts. The mines.
I feel like this
Mines.
is attacking my personal life because that's what I want in life.
So
to make
Goldholm is to the
shirts
north.
uncomfortable.
No, we are in Goldholm. The entrance to the mines is north of Goldholm.
I like Spit just
Thank
being
you,
so
Spitz.
determined on this path to get us there,
It's
and we're doing
kind of
everything.
really important. And unfortunately, when we get to the mines, that's when it's gonna be,
So,
and we'll
how
find
much-
out what's there next time on In the Red.
That's
Recorded
that's
How
so
much do-
annoying.
Spit, how much do you weigh?
Like 40 pounds wet.
Okay, I
Oh,
just want to
yeah.
I just want to pick you up and carry you like this to the mine. Like I'll just, I'll
Find
just
a bombed out
carry
pillow.
you like
and-
this towards the mine.
Was that the Mucinex monster? What was that?
No, it's a Ninja Turtle.
Oh, I did, they definitely look like the Mucinex monster.
I don't know what that is, but let's go to the mine.
The Mucinex guy, he's like, "Oh, are you?" Like, go watch a Mucinex commercial.
Okay.
It makes sense. Checks out.
You guys, it takes like a half hour or so to get there, but you manage to get to the entrance of a mine.
Well, that's good.
Very dark. I'm guessing my torch is burned out by this point.
Yes.
It's so dark. I can't see
We
anyone.
can't see.
Just a second.
Brian, it feels like there's a love-hate relationship with this.
It's a cool function if it would work correctly every time. Spit, you can't see, huh?
No.
Oh,
I can
still-
see my icon.
I still imagine you've been going wow at all of the nothing you can see.
Yeah.
All I can hear
How
you
about now?
saying in my head.
Ooh, yeah.
okay.
Oh, this is a big map.
Yep.
There's a fork in the road.
Will, can you see?
I can see 60 feet.
Perfect. And then I.
Wait, 60? Whoops, that's the wrong.
And
tool.
then Jake and
Hello.
Dante, you should be able to see because Jake should be emitting light.
I see
that is-
a black screen and a arrow right now.
How far should I be able to see?
I'm just reloading the page just in case.
Yeah, try reloading.
I can see 30-ish feet.
I see a wall.
I too can only see 30 feet.
Well, that's
I
because there is also
should I
a
get
line
off
of
the
sight
wall?
issue.
Yeah.
Oh,
There is a
Oh,
hard
oh,
wall
okay.
here.
Oh,
Why
yes,
can I?
This is a wall.
No,
yeah.
I
would like
I
to
was right
cast
here,
look
I
through the
couldn't-
wall, please.
I think there's. I don't know how you're doing it, Brian. But there's once we see it, it is unlocked now.
Oh, Explorer mode? Yeah, Explorer mode I think is turned on right now. So
Which I
it's-
mean, I think it only shows the rest of the map, but it doesn't show anything that happens within the map.
Yeah, it shows you where you have been. Yeah.
That's super. I love Explorer mode
Okay.
because like even if things change within, it's like nice to see like there's a route and I don't need to like
Yeah, that's
Go
cool.
back to it.
We'll
yeah.
do that
Yeah.
in the future then. You find the entrance to a mine.
Right. I'd like to look around and see if there's like anything dangerous that we need to like be cautiously moving around. If there's like anything that could like drop from the ceiling or anything like that.
Okay, make a perception check.
23.
You as you enter the mine, you notice that the floor is littered with charred bones of people. This part of the mine appears to be kind of played out. Like you don't see a lot of like rock and dirt. And I guess like stone would be valuable to the right buyer, but you don't see like coal or gold here. In terms of dangers, you don't really see anything that you can really tell.
Are these mines significantly dissimilar to like the tunnels that I would normally have done with my tribe?
No, they're fairly similar.
Okay.
I mean, there's not ice here. I mean, your tunnels are
the tunneling.
yeah, I mean, it's very similar. Like your tunneling, because it was in the mountains under a white dragon, would have had a lot of ice involved as well. But this is there is no ice here. It's all stone and dirt.
Right.
You do see like structural supports to keep like the roofs up, basically. But aside from that, you get the idea of like if the supports got knocked out, it would be dangerous. But aside from that, seems fairly safe.
Do you guys want to go exploring?
Sure.
All right. Let's choose a way, left or right.
I can't see much more to the right.
Right. So can we, now that we're in
Left
the
it is.
now that we're in the mine, is north up on this map?
Yes.
Okay. How good is our dead reckoning? Like, can we tell which way is south now that we're in this mine?
No. Have you ever been underground and tried to figure out what way is north?
That's why I'm asking.
I mean, the ranger probably could, because he's a ranger. But aside from him, like, you'll probably have to defer to him in terms of his sense of direction on which way is north and which way isn't. That being said, he's not the one with dark vision, so that makes it very difficult.
Well, I kind of say to everybody else, I know this is kind of like literally running into the fire, but the explosion clearly, it seems like it started back towards where we just came from, but down in here. So I would like to see what that's about.
Yeah, so let's go exploring.
Okay.
So that means Dimitri and I have to like combine forces somehow to sort of like.
Yeah, the only reason I'm saying that you don't automatically know where north is because there's a feat you could take that would allow you to automatically know where north is.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
And I don't want to shit on feats, basically.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Should someone decide to take that feat, I want all of the benefits of that feat to be relevant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure to make myself less useful. Be like, hey guys, what can be useful? Yeah, but I know what
It's
Cardinal
not just
North
that.
is.
I mean, there's a lot of like that's the observant feat. So like you also get +5 on initiative, and you get.
Wait, hold on.
No,
it's
that's
the
alert.
observant
That's
feat
alert.
I'm sorry. Maybe it's alert. Hold on.
Oh. I was gonna say I'm observant and I don't remember.
No, observant
that
lets you
part.
read lips.
That's
Yeah.
right. Give me a second.
No, it's like it's a real random one. That's like
It's in the player's handbook.
no,
It
it
is.
is, but it's super random. It's like you can
Yeah.
like
That's
remember
why I was like,
maps.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I know exactly why you're not giving it to us because that's the thing.
I can't.
What
It's like you can
if-
remember like directional areas and maps.
So
I can I can become animals, right? And
An animal.
what are they? Homing pigeons. They know what north is.
That's so random. That's
No, they don't.
so random.
No.
I'm just stating that as a fact.
That's all
not
I've got
that's a
for
thing
you
I wanted
is
to
no.
say.
Annex, why
No.
is knowing exactly where north is important for you?
For-
I like
well,
the idea of like no.
we went. So the blast came from south of here.
The blast emitted in an area where south was, but it's possible that it could have occurred anywhere in this mine and blasted through the whole mine, which may include portions that are underneath town that is south of us. The blast didn't have to come from south of where we're at, it could have happened here and just gone through the whole mine.
Guys, it's Keen Mind. Keen Mind.
It's Keen Mind. That's I was like, looks like it's got to be.
You always know which way is north. You always know how many hours are left before the next sunrise or sunset, and you can accurately recall anything you've seen or heard within the last month. That last part is why you take Keen Mind.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You take notes instead.
Sorry, that was important for me.
It was important for both of us.
I would like to take an arrow and stick it in the ground where we're at right now.
I was gonna say, like, we're gonna just mark our way. If knowing where north was for like directional purposes, yeah, we would have just.
It's also not like
But
there's
it's also
like,
so we can get back out of this mine.
yeah.
Because
Well, getting
mine's
back out,
tended-
we would just.
I mean,
yeah.
the other thing to consider is like it's not like there's.
You literally just cast a fire.
It's not like a grid system down here, right? Like knowing where north is now and going the
It's
north
not
path
really-
doesn't innately mean it will continue being the northward path, right?
Yeah.
It's a mine, so just that, I guess. But
Guys, come on.
In explorer mode though.
Come on, guys.
Look, I was beat up by someone who said if I didn't know where north was, he'd come and beat me up again. That's why I want to know where north is.
Hey, I'm following you.
what?
All right, let's.
What kind of monster makes that? Never mind.
Wait a minute.
All right, I'm just following y'all, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, it's more of the same. You
Just keep
see
seeing more
periodically,
burned out marks.
so you see bones kind of scattered around. There do seem to be some scorch marks here and there, but there's no coal here.
Do we see any like? I know it's been years, but like any beyond bones, like were there clearly like infestations of maggots, anything like that?
Make an investigation check.
I don't want to do that. 12.
You don't see any evidence of carrion. You do see evidence of like rats, but it doesn't look like there's no like gnawing on the bones.
We're still close enough to the entrance, though. It would make sense.
Yeah, and there's also like no gnawing on the bones, right? Like it
was
doesn't look like they were picked
incinerated.
clean. Yeah, it looks like whatever was down, like the people that were
Was
down here, nothing was left when the blast went off.
It was a prolonged incineration, long enough to cause. Oh wow, that's an issue.
Enough charring that like it wasn't attractive to
Carrion.
But you also don't know what like impacts like the shadow corruption has on that.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'll tell you guys know. I'll let you guys know like that info. Be like, hey, and I don't know if I would even say anything shadow related because I don't know if I know enough to make that. I'm not gonna go. Well, the shadow fell. Like I don't think I have the knowledge to say that. So, I would say everything but the shadow fell part
okay.
because, like, that's all I know.
Mhm.
Are we gonna continue traveling?
We need your light. Or
Hello?
I need your light.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Whoa.
It seems like hello. If I ever do that, it's I can hear you 100%. I'm just, hey Morty, I need your light. Hello. Hello.
As you make your way, it's more the same. You don't really see.
Is there someone that can help? Say, hey, can we? I'm going to ask. Hey, I'm not trying to trip on some wires.
Mhm.
Like I don't know if somebody else can do that, but I'm gonna say, hey, I don't want to trip on any wires and I don't want to explode. Can somebody help me here as I'm producing light and trying not to die?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Thank you.
I'm just walking alongside you. as you-
Importantly, you haven't seen any like tripwires or anything. So
You know, I just in these other in this game, and I just have this weird sense of just not wanting to die from weird traps. That's where
Whoa,
I'm
we're
at.
just jumping straight ahead,
Yeah,
huh?
I'm
Yeah,
just-
Whoa!
I'm moving you to the next
Okay.
crossroads because there's nothing. There's no
Oh,
trap.
I see.
Brian either wants to fight tonight or I don't know what. And here's another episode of In the Red where we're just slowly walking forward.
Make a perception
How much
check.
time has passed?
Ew.
Someone. I don't know. It's
will.
probably like
I have a +7. I can give either somebody. Just,
Sure.
I
It's
can give
probably
an advantage.
between-
I just. Mhm.
probably between 7 and 8 right now.
7 and 8. What?
PM.
DM.
Well, the perception check you wanted someone to roll. I just rolled a 21.
Oh yeah.
You hear like those same kind of murmured whispers that you heard from the ghosts in town,
Okay.
and then with the
Like
20
exact same or similar?
very similar. Like you hear the same, and then on top of that, with his 21, he hears like
Is somebody humming right now?
it sounds more bestial.
Yeah, that sounded like a monster.
No.
Can I,
don't want-
can I
no,
tell
don't
which
give me the
direction it's
option.
coming from?
It sounds
Not
friendly.
really. Everything is kind of echoing in a bad way down here.
I stick another arrow in the ground right where I'm at right now.
You've been sticking arrows in the ground. Just make that stand.
Yeah, I assume you are marking a trail to
Yes.
utilize to escape this mine, should you need to.
So it goes from friendly, hey, what are you doing on Tuesday, to like,
Importantly, like it wasn't friendly to begin with. The only reason you could like make out what it was is because you were like intently focusing on a single target, right?
Sure.
Like the whispers were unsettling, even when they were just like.
oh, I also find myself more
non-dangerous
at
ghosts
home
upstairs.
here though, because of the nature of my cleric. Regardless of what that sounds like,
Mhm.
I feel like it's probably
You're more used to dealing with
more
it
on
is less,
that
yeah, it is less
then like I'm like,
disconcerting than
oh,
other people,
okay. So this one especially sounds more bestial than
Yeah.
the rest.
for sure.
Then I'll be like, yo, we aren't welcome. Let's keep going.
Keep going straight or keep going south?
And then I look at NX and go, what do you think?
I think. Hang on a second.
God, I love this. I love doing this. This is my favorite part.
NX, I think I've lied to you. I think the entrance you came in was the north part.
Oh well.
So we're
so-
all shifted.
So up
We-
is east.
Okay.
So north is east right now.
Yes,
Well, I don't think it really makes a difference at this point.
it really doesn't.
You made it really clear it is not significant in any way.
NX, where would you like to go?
Wherever.
Put him on the spot and make it his fault.
Yes, I do. It's easiest that way.
This way.
No, I just before we
Sounds like we're going south, if I remember the correct directions.
well, yes, I would like to go south, but just to
It's really big in here.
I would like to leave a ration right here.
well,
Okay.
what is considered based on the sound? Can I tell if this would be considered a beast or not?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave a ration right here.
Okay. As you
A
continue,
snack for later.
you
Oh, that's a
hear
big old chamber.
more of that whispering. You enter a chamber that has.
Jesus Christ.
It does have coal deposits, so this is like would be an active mining chamber. You hear more of that whispering, but you can't really figure out where it's from. And importantly, make another perception check.
I can give somebody advantage.
All right. That is also a 21.
Sure.
Nice.
So you hear more of that.
He's a cough drop.
And it sounds like it's coming from all directions. And then you realize it sounds like it's coming from all directions because you're being surrounded.
Okay. Can I do something before everything happens? I would like to cast. I don't know. I like to use this cleric ability. Eyes of the Grave, to know if undead, or I guess in this case Shadowfell, are within 60 feet of me, that isn't behind total cover and isn't protected from divination magic until the end of my next turn. If that's not one of those spells, I mean, I'm assuming because it's undead or / Shadowfell.
Yes, there is definitely undead or Shadowfell within 60 feet of you, and you can see it.
Oh.
Because...
I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna like put like I would assume I'd be like, hey guys, and like I'd like lean over somebody's shoulder, be like, it's right there, and like do one of the whole like, hey, you following my hand? Like there's something over there.
It's tough to you feel less ridiculous than you seem to think you feel.
Well, I'm also
because these were blending,
2-foot change.
Like they were also blending in very well. Like they're made of shadow in a very dark place. And you kind of like look around and you realize you've been surrounded.
Yeah, well, what else is new?
And you see coming from 4 different passages, including the one you didn't go down just a moment ago.
No.
You see 4 shadowy beasts that look very similar to the blink dogs that you saw.
Yeah.
But
It's the worst.
seem like they have been corrupted by the shadow.
Are all of them feeling Shadowfell originated from my notes?
What's that?
Does it feel like all of the things that we're encountering are Shadowfell?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And these look the distinction that you can make in these from the blink dogs is these have managed to they've grown these strange shadow appendages off of their backs. They kind of flit around almost like whips. And that is where we're going to end this week's episode of In the Red. We'll pick up there, and next week we're a weekly show now. The group has been surrounded by shadow beasts. And we'll see how they fare next time.
I want
Not
to
well.
keep playing.
Not
Damn
well.
it!
Check us out on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Initiative Coffee Co. on Instagram and Facebook. Init Coffee Co. on Twitter. Find us on YouTube. Thanks for following us on Twitch. You've already found us, so you don't need to find us here. Check out the website, buy some coffee, initiativecoffeeco.com. That is where you can find coffee that supports the business or coffee that supports the business as well as nonprofits that we've partnered up with on behalf of Holly Conrad and Jake from Mini Terrain Domain. You can get yourself some Snickety Snooks and support Rise Above the Disorder, or you can get yourself some Midida and support Jasper's Game Day. We'll be posting more handy DM tips videos for season 3 on the YouTube in probably about a month. I've got some time in my schedule coming up that I can cut those videos and edit them. So that is the plan there.
All right.
Find us, I guess that's all the things that we're doing right now for Initiative Coffee Company. Find Fuzzy Logic Escape Room at fuzzylogicescaperoom.com.
That's right.
That's the one. Congratulations, Trev Ward. You've been gifted a sub by the one and only Jake. Enjoy. Check us out on Patreon also. $3 a month gives these folks an extra Benny every month. There's some other tiers that can have a more dramatic impact on the story week to week, such as the Big Mar statue, the Fey entity Big Mar, that gives these folks healing potions right now when they go through Goldhome. But that's going to get better because he just upped his subscription. So he's covering a lot of our bills these days, which is
What a
super
guy.
cool. Mario's a great guy.
Mario's an awesome guy. Oh,
I guess check out Jake and I are in a stream next Sunday. Nope, 2 Sundays from now. For
Is it 2 Sundays from now?
I think it's 2.
Oh, it is 2.
Yeah, for Gamehole Con, we're playing.
We're gonna have Jasper's game day. We're gonna have a bunch of garbage. We're gonna have Big
Yeah.
Mar. One of the 2 of us. We're gonna have all Jasper's game day. It's gonna
Yep.
be a nightmare.
Fenway and Aaron will both be there. It's a
We're
Greg
gonna
Marks.
have
authored
Greg
mod.
Marks just running us into the ground.
It'll be what it is. It'll be a challenge for sure. But I'm sure it'll be great. I'm really excited for it. So check that out in 2 weeks. That'll be on a channel that I have a week to tell you what channel it'll be on because it's not for 2 weeks. I don't know.
That's how it works.
I don't know if it'll be Jasper's or if it'll be Gamehole Con's channel.
Gary
But we'll have Gary Con's channel. But we'll have more information for that next week. But set your schedules. I think it's 2 to 6 on
Central.
2 to 6 Central on the
Saturday, 27th.
27th. Yes, all of those things are true.
Thank you.
Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, website. Fuzzy Logic Escape Room. Tell us about the cool stuff you're doing. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, that's about it. Find us on FuzzyLogicEscapeRoom.com.
Cool. They're doing cool stuff with Escape Room from Home and all that good stuff. So they're cool folks. They're a cool like small business. So check that out for sure. And they're here, which is awesome too. You know,
They're great guys.
Super
Don't forget
supportive
that.
of the channel. So make sure you're gonna throw them some support. Other than that, yes,
I live one town over from Fuzzy Logic now, don't I?
Yeah.
I'm next door. This is great.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back soon, so we can have even more fun.
Yeah, Jake's coming out of the abyss that is Ohio soon.
Hey,
Returning
be
to-
nice.
I
Returning
grew
to
up in
civilization.
Ohio, so let's be
No,
nice. Let's be
April
kind to
10th.
Ohio.
You're right.
That's-
I'm just associating Ohio
April
with
10th.
Indiana.
All right, this is where it is. Okay, so I'm like,
No, you have to go through Indiana to get between Ohio and Illinois.
What's in
but-
Indiana?
Nothing,
What?
that's the
That's my
problem.
point.
That's why it sucks to go to Ohio.
Wait,
is
wait,
I have
that's
to get
the
through
part-
Indiana
It's
to
the
get there.
crossroads of
Side
America
note,
because you have to
in-
go through Indiana to get anywhere.
My favorite part about Indiana is there's like a thing that's like hell is real, and it's like a big fork that's like a mile
Right.
away from it.
Yeah.
It's like literally the size of a trailer, and you're like,
I think the
Okay.
only good thing in Indiana right now is young adult author John Green and possibly my cousins. No, my
Wait,
cousins
friends
are
of-
okay at best.
A couple friends of mine
Um,
live in Indiana.
so 23 days, then we can finally hang out.
There you
And by
go.
hang out, I mean probably like. it's
I'm
not
on the
gonna
hook.
be like
I'm on the
50
hook to build your PC, aren't I?
Not build. No, you're not gonna build my PC.
You might have to drive up to Milwaukee and replace my video card for me. Anyway,
Okay.
that was
after hours
way
combat.
easier than I thought it would be.
Wait a minute.
right.
Wait a minute. I got bullshit about it, but like, hey, he's a guy that can, don't you should replace my video card. All right. What?
Well, because I know people in Milwaukee. I guess I know people down there too.
I'm
Did-
coming
yeah.
with you.
This is a wildly off-topic conversation. Anyway,
So is most of this
that's
session.
true.
I have
Today has
one
been
last
weird,
thing.
and I am
I
very
have one
proud
last
of the
thing.
folks that stuck with us because I probably wouldn't have.
I do
Yes.
have one last thing. I want to say thank you once again for everybody coming by. Y'all's are awesome. We have in the making some more weekends of hard books.
Oh yeah. That's true.
It's really important. We really want to have you there because we're gonna annoy you and have a bunch of fun, and it's exciting. And I hope that if anyone who's listening and wants to continue listening wants to do that, you reach out to Brian, Initiative Coffee Co. Especially on MySpace because that's where we totally do our business on.
Yeah, so Hard Book Weekends, we did the premiere one, I guess 2 weeks ago now, and it was a blast. We streamed it. I think
It was
there's
so
still
much fun.
another 2 weeks or so of it in the VODs. I'm not commuting that to YouTube because I don't want to wait the 39 hours to download the video from Twitch to post to YouTube.
Makes sense.
And also, I don't know that anybody's going to watch 39 hours of YouTube videos about.
I would.
All right, maybe I will then. But I think we're gonna try to get that same group back sometime during the summer for the second half of Tyranny of Dragons, Rise of Tiamat.
That awful book.
And then I think we'll try to do a fundraiser one, Hard Book Weekend. We might run Princes of the Apocalypse next.
Or Curse or Avernus.
Yeah, stop telling people that I have things prepped. I don't have prepped. I definitely have
that's-
Princes of the
that's
Apocalypse prepped. And so we'll probably do Princes of the Apocalypse next as a benefit for Initiative Research Foundation. So that is coming up. Keep your eyes peeled on our social medias for notifications of that. I think seats are going to be about $60 for the weekend. And it'll be a whole Friday through Sunday thing. So I know we had a good time 2 weeks ago. It's kind of a blast. It's a big whirlwind kind of thing. So we'll do it again. Other than Hard Book Weekends, you can buy coffee and support various stuff. You can do other things. I don't know. We're working on some merch based off of some of the nonsense that is happening here. This is a weekly show. Don't forget, it's not bi-weekly anymore or fortnightly. It's we'll be back next week. Other than that, I think that is all of my announcements. So have fun, play safe, wear a mask, get a shot, and as always, roll together.